Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 33rd episode of the official Sucrose Stans Podcast. Today, we have a very interesting topic, which is account progression or account investment in general. We will give a lot of tips and things you can do with your accounts, or like things you should do, things that we as very professional theory crafters can recommend. And the theory crafters I'm working with today, first of all, it's Butterfer.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, Butterfer, you do stuff on YouTube, like
Yeah, I haven't been posting on my own channel, but I've been calculating a lot of stuff in the background.
Yeah, true. And you will rise soon. I believe in
Yes,
the
I will rise soon.
rise.
I'm looking forward to Not Cry. I have a lot of stuff to do.
Yay.
Hehe.
Okay, then we have Harley. Havak, I mean.
Oh,
I'm pulling a
hello.
flip.
Oh no. Hello everyone. I'm Havak. I do stuff on TikTok. Hi, how is everyone?
Yeah, thank you for being here. Then we have Kinkle.
Hello, my name is Kinkle. I am a Genshin content creator and theorycrafter. Do a lot of streams about abyss clears and account reviews, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, thank you for being here as well. Then we have Raulfigas, who is muted, as usual around this time.
Oh no.
I think he's getting his meal, so. Let's just go right into it. I feel like we shouldn't start too heavy, so we can just talk about like general tips for newer players, because even though we are late game theory crafters, I still have like a few things changed, like regarding early count progression, that I want to still talk about. What are some? I guess I will start. Just in general, everything that has to do with artifacts, do it at AR45. You can just get general sets, the big good sets that you can like scroll basically. It's kind of just scroll and some others. But in general, just artifacts, get the correct main stats, and don't really worry about the rest unless it's a huge stat stick. Okay, what do you all think?
That's like the
Yeah,
main
I think
thing.
so. Just like it's
Yeah.
important to enjoy the game, like the story and whatnot, early
true.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I said, do not waste your fragile resin before AR45 on like 5-star artifacts, because that's very sad. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, actually,
saving.
what?
I
How
was gonna say,
early
you-
can you? Oh,
Huh? No, you.
yeah, I was gonna say for artifacts, how early can you unlock Stygian again? Because I think it's difficulty 3, right? That lets you start farming artifacts for like some extra bonuses.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't.
because
I
I'm
feel like.
pretty sure it's pretty early, no?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I feel like an early game account that's under AR45 might have a hard time doing hard mode.
Oh,
Even,
okay.
I mean, I don't know. I've never.
You can
tried,
call
but-
it.
You can. It's at.
Oh, that is true. You
adventure-
can go up. You're right. You're
It's-
actually all right. You can go up it.
It's at adventure
think-
rank 20, and you need
Oh,
to
I
do
that's
think
really
the.
early, actually.
You just
Nice.
need to
I
do the
think-
Mondstadt quest.
Yeah.
Ask your friend with a level,
Yeah.
well, actually a level 100 C6R5 Mavuika to do it for you.
Yeah,
I
true,
think-
true.
I think hard mode
Yeah.
is when you can it's when you can still use the same team in all 3 bosses.
Yeah, that too as well. So you can get the premium rewards for 2 most likely. I was gonna say one
Yeah.
thing that also to focus on early game is just something I see a lot, like a lot of level early game counts that people tend to neglect. They try to level up everyone and get everyone
Yeah.
leveled up to like wherever level. They don't focus on a few characters. Focus on a select few characters for like a single team or maybe 2 teams if you can. And then working on getting those characters or talents and their weapons leveled is very important. Because ideally, what you would like to be able to do is the moment you hit AR45, you can just go straight to farming artifacts and start that grind, because it's gonna be a very long grind. Especially starting out where you have to get so many different sets, support sets like Noblesse, VV. Well, maybe not VV.
Don't
these
go for
days,
VV.
but- Yeah, I was like maybe not these days VV, but scroll stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, farm the flagship domain of the
Yeah.
new something point X domain and strongbox the other sets.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess regarding leveling talents, don't like usually unless you're specifically using the normal attacks of the character, and
Oh, yeah.
even then there's conditions. Don't level basic, the basic attack.
Yeah.
It's like useless 90% of the time. I still have some level 5 Sucrose basic or something from like the very early game.
Oh no.
when I
mean, me
didn't
personally,
when I didn't know what I
level-
was doing.
I leveled
That's
a lot of
fine.
normal attack down to like 6 because at some point leveling to 6 almost becomes essentially free because it requires such little resources compared to everything past level 6.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, there are still some talents you really, really want to level, like Shilonen skill, for example, if you get Shilonen, and like some that are just direct increases. I guess just look up guides for the start.
Yeah.
Then I
Furino Ultimate.
what?
Furino Ultimate as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Raulfigas is here.
Yeah,
Well.
true. And something that like I saw a lot, which in my opinion they shouldn't do, is like not pull on the beginner banner. Obviously, if you want to keep your like options open, then you can like not pull on it, like if you really want every single 4-star. But the thing is, the selection of good 4-stars is way better. Or like it's mainly just Bennett and Sucrose. The chance of
Yeah.
getting Bennett and Sucrose is a lot higher on that banner. So it's also cheaper. And like I would just recommend it, even though it wastes, quote unquote, wastes 16 pity on the standard banner. But like the standard 5-stars mostly suck anyway. Like I would just take the chance to get Sucrose.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
true.
there's not much reason to wish on the Sand Banner unless you just get free, what they call it, Acquaint Fates.
Yeah, true. Don't
wish
use
on the
your-
standard banner.
Don't wish on the standard. I think I did
There's just
one
no
10
real
pull.
reason to.
I did one
Especially
10 pull
now,
on the standard banner once.
Like when there's such a large pool of characters that even if you're trying to get a specific 4-star character or weapon, the chances of you getting it are so fucking low.
Yeah.
So
The
low.
Yeah.
the chances of getting Lisa constellations or Kea constellations. Oh no.
Those are even worse. But yeah,
I don't think those exist.
yeah.
I think the odds on those three are so severely reduced ever since they started putting every single 4-star there. Like,
Yep.
yeah, I think it got like halved or something. It was already bad.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like something else, obviously, like save up your star glitter. If you don't get Bennett and Sucrose, you can always get them from the shop. And star glitter, you probably aren't getting that much in the early game, so it's going to be a bit.
No, you'll
painful.
be getting a lot.
You are?
I mean,
Because
I
you get a
mean,
lot of pulls.
you get a lot
yeah,
of pulls
true,
early
true.
game, like a lot of pulls. So if you wish a lot early game, you will again eventually rack them up, which is good to save them so that you can get certain
Okay,
constellations
yeah.
of 4-stars you might want to get, like C1 Bennett or Xingqiu cons or Zingling
Xingqiu
cons.
25.
Like,
Yeah.
100%, if you 100% the map and quests from complete zero, that's like how many pulls?
500? I don't know.
Close to that, probably.
Wait, what did he ask?
Like,
How many pulls are on the
from-
map?
Like from
Early-
the
wait.
exact time you start, 0% exploration everywhere to 100% everywhere.
Everywhere? Oh, how many pulls? Oh, that's a
Adding
lot.
up quests and shit.
Oh,
That-
well,
wow, that's
that's-
probably a lot.
Gee, maybe
That's-
like into the
that's-
thousands at that point.
It'd be a
Like,
lot, a
it's
lot.
You can
lot
probably
of
get a
pulls
C6
you-
5-star with that.
Some
if
of
you're really
the,
lucky.
I know like some regions like Enkonomi and Chasm alone have around, I think, through maybe 3 to 5k primos each, which is a good couple of 10 pulls.
Damn.
Yeah.
So like, if you dedicate enough from 0 to 100, you can get a lot of shit and like plan your stuff.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
don't overwork yourself.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
obviously.
have this as a point. Don't stress. Take your time. Enjoy the game. It's not that serious.
Saga, you said
Hmm?
you said to get sucrose from the shop, but she isn't in the shop.
Why?
True.
She's
Wait,
not in the shop. Okay.
No,
Wait, Sucrose isn't in the
Suc-
rotation of the shop?
no,
Okay, yeah,
sucrose and Chongyun are like the only 1.04 stars that aren't in the shop.
Okay, never mind then. Why is Sucrose not in the shop?
I don't know.
Okay, why does the
And
shop
keep in
not
mind-
have new 4 stars anyway? Like,
Yeah.
please add
Right.
Beyonce, add Chevy to the
Yeah.
shop.
They need to
Like the
update that.
Star Glitter shop only got one update, and it was like the worst, the most useless shit ever, which was at the crowns
The
Each one
expensive
costing like a
crowd.
temple.
Oh
Yeah, they
no.
cost a temple.
That's
Simple
something so funny to compare to HSR. I know we aren't like Genshin better than HSR, HSR better than Genshin channel, but I just think it's funny that you can buy for like the Stardust equivalent, you can buy like 2 crowns. They are very cheap, or like the crown equivalent, and in Genshin it's like a whole 10 pull to buy a crown.
It's
Oh,
so
no.
weird. Like, why? Like,
That's-
why on Star Glitter shop?
Yeah, but
And-
it's
and the
50
full-
star glitter, like that's insane.
I
We're
don't
talking
know
about
if the shop
crowns.
will ever get updated, and at this point, I don't think it will ever be. So you will never see Sucrose there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time like Sucrose needs cons. I mean,
Yeah, it's just
No.
C0.
She does.
She doesn't really have
Yeah.
cons. That's like it's both good and bad because she has no vertical basically.
Okay, we can. That's basically enough for like early accounts. We can talk about the more general stuff. So regarding resin priorities, in general, what do y'all think regarding like if you got a new character, and you didn't pre-farm, what are your first steps? I guess if you're rather like a mid-level account and you don't have that many resin, okay.
I mean,
Farm the
first
boss
step would be
first.
to level them, get their talents up, weapons up. If you have to level a weapon, which you might not have to,
Yep.
depending. But
Yeah.
a lot of people might rush into farming artifacts first. You got
Yeah,
a character when to go
don't
put a
do
build
that.
on them, which is artifact is a massive resin sink. That's always hated when people have these videos where it's like, oh, spending 5,000 resin to fix such character, to build
Yeah,
such
yeah.
character, which just takes way more than
And
that
then,
much resin
and
to
then
get
they
a good
have
amount of
level
artifacts.
6 talents or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Like
focus on the easiest and the most how you say guaranteed upgrades first,
Guaranteed.
like talents, character levels, weapon levels, stuff like that. And then once you've gotten those up to a respectable amount, which is in my opinion like level 8 or higher on talents, level 80
Yeah.
out of 90 for most DPSs. Some characters might need to be 90, depends on the character. And then you can start putting your resin into artifacts.
Yeah, I would say like
Yeah.
80 out of 90 talent levels, like maybe 188 or 888 depending on the character,
Yeah.
and and then get a basic set, and then you can get like crowns or like level 9 and crowns, level 90, and
Yeah.
then you can start busting your ass for like an
Yeah.
actual good set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Something
that-
also people don't
And your
tend
crowns,
to
people. Crowns are an infinite resource.
and
It's not limited.
permanent.
If you have
I
the, you can get a lot of Mora from just quests and like, exploration. You can get a lot of heroes wits from quests and exploration. Don't be afraid to spend crowns. You
Yeah,
should
yeah.
get
And
crowns.
Yeah.
They're a
permanent.
6% upgrade on that's like what 3 substats. That could be weeks to months of artifact farming. Please
Yep.
spend your crowns.
Yeah,
Yes, and it's a permanent upgrade to your account, guaranteed.
Yep.
Like, you
I'll
cannot-
also say too, people don't see some people don't realize that two-piece sets can be really good.
Yeah,
Where
that's
they
also
always
true.
feel the need to force a 4-piece set when they might have a strong two-piece set lying around, like a 2-piece glad or a 2-piece wonder troop for maybe a melt or Arlecchino with a really good subset that they can then use rather than I have to go sync my Resin to domain with a really city second set because I need a set from our Harmony
Mhm.
domain. But
I would say
stuff like that.
it's a little bit different nowadays.
Yeah, with
because
Obsidian
as
and
a
Malaysia
newer
C.
player, like the flagship domain of the region is always really good, and you
Yeah.
have strong blocks. So
Yeah,
I
true.
would say the only reason you'd get like the 2-piece sets is when you're farming bosses where you can get Glad and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would say like for newer players, just farm the new domain. That's
Yeah.
basically always the way to go. And then whatever else you need, just strongbox it.
Yeah, true.
Oh, they have strongbox now. I remember
I
when I
will
was starting.
say, depending, I just to refute that argument a little bit, depending on the characters they pull, there may be a different domain they want to farm. Like for example, you might start an account like using my free to play account example. I started the account only having an Ayaka and a Yoimiya, so it made much more sense for me to go farm emblem domains so I can get other supports like Xingqiu up and Jingling up, and then also then Strongbox and Blizzard Stray, for example. Right, it may depending on the characters you pull, you may want to farm a different domain than that. Like you might want to go Martrose instead of Obsidian because they don't have any Notland DPSs, or you have a Farina or something.
Yeah.
But
Like
they're still like emblem to some extent, and then Martrose and Obsidian are like the most universal domains to farm, depending on the character you have in your account.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, basically all the region's flagship domains are good.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
find the one that suits your account the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think to the level thing, there's only like in general you can follow the rule that like usually attack scalers don't really need the level 90 unless they don't get any. I think Skirk really wants to be level 90 because she doesn't get any flat attack from anywhere, so like the base attack increase is nice. And then like base HP or like HP scalers and defense scalers that do damage really want level 90. People like characters who use transformative reactions or additive reactions, those two. They also want to be level 90. And I guess I don't know if she's the only limited 5-star character, but I feel like Sidlali is the only valid level 70 out of 80 character, probably.
I mean, like it's not that important, but I think she does like enough damage to where I want to.
Okay, but her damage to me is like a speedrun thing. I think
it's not a priority for sure.
Yeah.
Just I would say keep in mind what's kind of efficient and what's not. But even if like an upgrade, like a talent upgrade or a level upgrade is not that efficient, you should do it before really wasting weeks in the artifact domain.
That's fair. That's
because it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
gonna say I see. Oh, do you want to go
first? You
first?
have it. You're good. You're good. Have it. You're good. Have it.
I was gonna say I see so many people with like they have 5 stars that they pulled months ago that are like level 60, and like I see too many cases of that. I don't know.
What I was gonna say too is that something people should realize as well is that if you have multiple characters to level up, like multiple characters to farm artifacts for, but they maybe not in the same domain or something to that effect, you don't have to have the most absolute perfect build for them to be complete. Like you don't need a top 1% on the cost for a character to be complete. There's a threshold of threshold that you should reach. Maybe like let's say like a decent, let's say 200 maybe not 200, but 210 CV or so with like good side rolls on your build or decent side rolls on your build that match like say 100 EM on Arlecchino or something like that, and then you can move on to another character. Huh?
To my artifact standard, to my calc standard.
True.
Is that your calc standard?
It's like averages like what 31 rolls or something.
Oh, that's pretty close to my standard too.
31.
But yeah, like if we're talking about rolls, I would say I would even argue depending on the character, 28, 27 total rolls is fine. like there's a certain point where you get to where you're only getting maybe 3 or 4%, maybe not 3 or 4, like 2 to 3% upgrades by getting a new artifact, sometimes even less than that, versus where you could get a much bigger upgrade on a character that you haven't worked on in a while or that
Oh
needs
yeah,
some work.
exactly.
true.
But people
Yeah.
like to be very perfectionist with their artifacts. They feel they need to have the character be like top tier when they're only really getting very small upgrades.
I guess moral of the story is to just like at a certain point when you have a baseline with your artifacts, get the guaranteed stuff first, even if it's like on
Yes.
other
Yeah,
characters.
true.
Yeah.
Another very important thing, lock your instructor pieces. I see.
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
It's very counterintuitive, but this 4-star set is really strong.
Well,
Yeah.
not as much anymore because Nodcry has SMS. That
Yeah,
means
usually-
but I feel like
Yeah.
isn't it just like the same buffing outside of the like outside of the wait, let me check.
I usually
it's
just
permanent
lock the
uptime
ones.
and it can be triggered
Oh yeah,
from
true.
off-field.
Permanent uptime and can be triggered. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But
And you get 5-star stats. 5-star stats are important in some units.
But you need 2 Notcry characters, and I don't think anyone will have 2 Notcry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that like it's
Like,
pretty
at the
new. Most
start-
may not have. They'll have I know, but that's about it.
Yeah,
They might not.
Yeah.
They might be
At
pulling
the
a
start,
recent not
it's
great
gonna be-
characters.
At the start, it's gonna be extremely niche, but
Yeah.
And
down
then
the line, we'll see how it goes.
later on, yeah, if we get
Yeah.
like actual good 4-stars, like we got Janssen in Natland, for example.
The set itself isn't like, oh, you need to be not cry to use it. No, you just need 2 on the team, and you can give it to anyone you like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
also true.
Like even the
yeah.
DPS set, which is funny.
Yeah.
Who would you use instructor on nowadays? I feel like I actually use it most on Sucrose when I'm doing multi-wave stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I use it on.
I used to... You go, sorry, you're fine.
I use
Go
it on
ahead.
Shalonen.
Yeah, I was gonna say I use it mostly on either Jolene or Lolly. A few times I've
I
used it
use
on Sucrose.
Use it
Actually, I use it
on
on
Brena,
Movika too for
actually.
certain Mulani things.
True. Instructor Movika base.
Yeah.
And
I
I
know,
see two
I'm
instructor
not-
Movika still does like I think 300k on burst with that C2. I have a power goblin in
It's pretty
instructor
funny,
with
yeah.
double crit.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I switched
Yeah.
Sucrose. I switched Sucrose from VV to instructor, and I just never looked back. I just hate VV.
Yeah,
Base,
Vivi is
very
just
based.
it's just
Exactly.
yeah.
And if you have one source of red, the other gets diminished a decent amount in most
Yeah.
matchups.
Yeah.
So sometimes just take the 120 EM.
Yeah, true.
It's nice and easy.
Not every supportive artifact set is good. Actually, it's just one that's really bad, which is the Song of Days Past. Don't farm that set.
Oh
Actu-
my
it's-
Yeah.
fucking-
It's
Yeah.
like it can work in some very niche teams where you don't have anything else, but just in general, don't farm
Yeah,
it.
like-
It's kind of always a waste of artifacts.
I feel like the
one
only situation where it's
character-
really good is maybe like Chevrus if you have
Yep.
if you have
yes,
gets used on other people.
One character that
Either
is
that
good,
or I
no.
find that Noblesse Chevrus is really annoying to use because I mean at least for me I never have enough ER to have her burst of rotation. So half the time I just
Yeah.
don't get the buff.
Yeah. Like I think the way to go
Fuck.
for me is Noblesse on Yansan and
That's
What is it
interesting.
called?
Scroll.
Scroll on Auroron, and then Song on Chevrus. But
Oh,
that's
I
with
see.
Movika. If I want to play
Yeah, that's- I
Chlorina
mean,
or
that's-
Oresa, yeah, no, I am. You do absolutely do not need Chevrus on Song. Just run
Yeah.
literally anything.
Yeah, but other than that, like Scroll is obviously very strong. You get Kachina for free, so if you don't have anything else, you can use Kachina with Scroll, and that's literally outdoes most of the 4-star cast, as we all know.
Yes,
So those two stay alone.
Yeah.
unfortunate.
VV is currently
Trash.
pissing us off because because it doesn't work in multi-wave. I really hope that, I don't know why,
Yeah.
but I dream, like all of my dreams are filled with a clam bubble that has like a wind in it and it absorbs an element and then it shreds around these character, and that's how they
How'd
fix
be-
VV.
That'd be kind
Oh
of
my
almost
God.
like Jan Yun's weird passive thing where you do a little animal hit. Maybe.
That could be too. Actually, I don't know. But
Maybe.
That could have been Clem if it was a good set.
yeah, but other than that,
Take Vivi
yeah,
off field. That would be really nice.
yeah. The main problem with VV is just that it doesn't. First of all, it doesn't work off field, and it doesn't work in multi-wave.
And I don't think it will ever work in multi-wave outside of like specific driving teams because Shilonen exists.
Yeah. Okay, and other
And
than
like
that,
Also, there's
multiple
not enough good
so
characters to use it.
what about we
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
forgot Petra. Did we mention Petra?
I did not mention
Oh,
Petra.
no.
Petra feels like a Mualani set. Like I
It
don't
is
know.
literally a Mulani set.
Yeah.
No, it actually just is. I was really gonna mention I've used it a lot for my own nuking showcases, but it is one of the most
Clunky.
frustrating sets to use because I mean using on Jelonen's fine, but like other than using on Jelonen has a really bad habit of picking up the crystal, depending on how you set her up.
I remember there was a specific case where I had it on Pyro Traveler, and I was fighting the turtle, and the turtle kept just sitting on the shard, and I couldn't pick it up.
Oh no.
Yeah, you know what's really goated? Petra Hutao with Mualani is fucking goated. Because she dashes through the turtle to pick up the crystal so you never miss it.
No, nice.
Oh my God.
It's one of the
really
funniest dire clears I've done.
Interesting.
Okay. But yeah, DPS sets, as we said, or like carry sets, if they have like a best in, I guess just for like if you are really sweaty, you can go for stuff like Veressa set over Obsidian or Skirk set over Maréchaussée, but like I in general I wouldn't recommend it, especially if you aren't that like if you just want to be efficient. But honestly, at this point, I don't think it's likely that new players who pull Skirk are going to have Maréchaussée users other than Skirk. So maybe they should actually consider Finale of the Deep. I don't know.
I feel like depending on how you play Skirk, Finale is not as good. If you do hybrid a lot of Finale,
Oh yeah,
great.
sure. I forgot about that.
I'm pretty sure, like, when you're playing hybrid, it's... I don't know. I think, I remember if you have R1, Finale is a lot better. So...
Is it really?
Even if you play hybrid and then you miss out the buff on, like, one normal chain, it's still better than Maréchaussée.
Oh yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, for these more specialized DPS sets, it's basically never a good idea to farm the domain. But because we have such a wonderful thing called the Strongbox, you would farm the more efficient domain and just Strongbox it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not out yet, but when it becomes out, maybe like third point, whatever.
I guess that's another point. Hoyo has become a lot nicer with updating the Strongbox.
That's true.
Yeah.
And just in general, just so everyone knows, the chance of getting a 4-liner in the Strongbox is higher than in regular
Oh,
farm.
really?
Yeah.
I did not
didn't
know
even
that.
know
What
that.
the hell?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's higher. It's not higher in Stygian, is it? I don't
I have
think so.
no idea.
But yeah, in Strongbox
Is it any different
specifically.
for crafting pieces? That's also a thing. Too,
Yeah,
but-
crafting pieces is. I actually don't know how it works with crafting pieces.
Oh,
But I feel like
also,
I get more
if you
4-liners.
if you get a great 4-liner, even if it rolls shit, keep it.
Yes,
You can
Yeah,
reroll.
keep
yeah.
it. Yes, that's what I've been told.
Yeah.
Yes, keep a 4-liner for
Yeah.
roll shit, especially if it has good side rolls, like it has like double crit with attack or double crit with EM, whatever you need.
Exactly.
It could potentially be a very strong piece in the future for you.
Yeah, and now it's
So-
Yeah.
very easy even for like non autistic theory crafting people to see the 3-liner or 4-liner, because you can click
That
on
too.
Oh, yeah.
reroll
Oh, that's so
and
good.
then you can see if it's 4 or 5 stats. If it's 5, then you should probably like if it's all all good stats and 5, then it's like just definitely keep it. If it's 4,
Yeah.
then also keep it. But yeah.
Yeah.
And in the new update, you don't have to check 3-liners anymore. You know
Yeah,
exactly
that's
how
a-
to win it.
That is saves like Resin and more, or not Resin, Artifact EXP and Mora, just because you don't have to level a piece to +4 just to see if it's actually good or not. You can just tell.
I
It's
feel
gonna be
like
very nice.
people are like going to be so mind blown when they like realize that it was never like it was always like predict not
Predestined.
predestined.
Or predetermined.
You were predestined to not get crit on your 4th stat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny actually.
Okay, is there anything like I guess something that I never do, but I definitely recommend keep Mora and books in stock because I always run
Yeah.
out of Mora and books. Like keep 300 books like of the purple books and then more than 3 million just so that you don't have to waste any resources on like
Yeah.
so you can basically play a new character as quick as possible. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say that exploration gives a ton of heroes.
yeah, that's
votes.
true.
So,
Yeah.
like, if you have a lot of exploration left, you don't have to waste resin on leylines because unless there's a overflow event, in which case definitely do spend resin on leylines. It's worth it. Leylines are kind of like if you don't have to spend resources on it, don't because you'd rather get talent books and whatnot because those are
Yeah.
a lot more limited, I guess, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
very true.
Or artifacts.
Yeah.
Other than that, I do recommend maxing out your teapot, even if it's cringe. I just
Yes.
really like the
Oh yeah.
extra
Yeah.
resin.
You should.
And
Yeah.
the additional
There's extra
resources.
resources in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you really like getting your name cards, it's a great way to get
Yeah,
into
true,
the
true.
XP.
And you technically
So-
get primos if you're a teapot sweat. I have done it a few times.
I feel like you
Like
don't
the
even really
sets.
have to be.
Yeah.
Oh,
you-
that. But I feel like it's not really they're not sweating to
it's-
just do that. You just get the resources a bit. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
there's
true.
very easy ways to farm resources
That's
for
true.
Teapot.
I feel extremely desperate whenever I'm doing it. It feels like a last resort. I did it like when I was like last day on the Inazuma banner. When I was trying to get Shiori C1. That was so sad. I did it at like 4 a.m.
Oh no.
Anyway, you should also get the transmuter, or how it's called. The one that gives you free resources.
I have not. I completely forgot about that thing. I haven't used that shit in like
Oh
5 months.
no. I use it every week.
That thing
Same.
and
That is this thing.
Escaffier's free food.
Oh, wait. The free food is so
The
good.
free food. She's she's a based she gives out food for free. We all stand Escoffier. Anyway,
my God.
the weekly boss, I do recommend doing like unless you really don't have any more to grind like talent levels for anyone. You should do weekly bosses because they give you dream solvents, and I feel like those are extremely useful. Like it is still a chance, but like weekly bosses are just they give you either or like they can give you dream solvents or they can give you billets, and both are like
They give
Yeah.
you a lot. I would say do 3 a week because you get half.
yeah,
just do
you
3 a
should
week,
do
yeah.
it
Yeah.
3
You
a
get half
week.
cost, yeah.
Mhm.
Something else people don't realize too, and I realize is having to build so many craftable weapons. Dream solvents can be really useful when you're trying to get a billet for like because we have different regions now. We have different kinds of billets, like the Northlander, Midlander, all that. You might have a lot of Midlanders, but not enough Northlanders for that one. I forget what they're associated with, but let's say a monster weapon that you need as if you're crafting a monster weapon in 2025. Whatever. Your R5 iron signature for some reason making. And you have too many Midlanders, but not enough Northlanders, so you can use Dream Solver to convert them over, which will help you out to make the weapons.
Oh, I
better.
didn't even
So
know
that's
that.
also
Actually,
pretty useful.
I remember that being introduced was it in Atlan or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I forgot about it.
Yeah, I had to use it recently. I was like, wait, that's something that because I was in a situation where I was trying to get, I think R5 of of the Fontaine Craftable Finale of the Deep, and I was like,
Yeah.
I have no builds. I've gotten builds in 3 weeks, and then it's just like, oh wait, I can use Dreamstone to convert over. It's like, oh, that's something. That's really nice.
Yeah, I'm too
Yeah.
much of a whale to use crafting.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This is why I have a free to play account. I need to understand the experience.
That's true. I should play on my brother's account. He has a more free to play account.
Yeah. Then there's also expeditions. I feel like they are also like they
Yeah.
take like 2 seconds and like just do them.
Low hanging fruit.
I would assume
Yeah.
people do them every day. If you don't, that's like a lot of wasted resources. Easiest way to get rocks to
Yeah,
get craft
yeah.
enhancement or whatever every week.
I just
It's a battle pass achievement, no?
Yeah, too,
yeah,
as well.
true.
Rocks.
I guess that's also something like level up the battle pass. It gives resources, but I guess everyone's doing that already.
Yeah.
Do your events, which
Do
also
your
level
events,
the
true.
battle pass.
Yeah, events. I have an issue with that. I tend not to do my events.
Yeah, and I
But,
guess
yeah,
like,
do them. They need a lot of resources and primos.
I guess that's kind of niche, but if you really want to, like, don't forget to level up an event weapon during the event because it has 1.5 times artifact XP, not artifact leveling XP boost or something. I always forget that and I feel bad.
Yeah, that's also another thing.
Yeah.
Make sure some event weapons are really, really good.
And some are really bad.
Yeah, some are really bad, but some are really good. Like one of the recent ones is really great for Yelan that I've been using recently.
Yeah,
Secrets
true.
of Solitude.
Oh yeah.
Then there's some really old ones that people would like to have, like Cinnabar Spindle, the Albedo and the
Festering
Fury that they might be
Desire.
using. Festering Desire that no one has.
Yeah. What percentage of the active player base actually has Festering
I'm
Desire?
guessing
And
less-
I don't
why
imagine it has to be
people
like
still
under.
calc
Like,
it on
5%.
Farina?
I'm gonna assume it's under like 5%. Probably less.
Yeah.
It's probably like under 3%. It's
Like
very
I
low.
don't have it. Like if I don't have it, yeah, like people should.
Wait, when did you start playing?
Well, I made my account, I think day 1 or at least week 1, but I
Oh,
started
you did week
playing
one.
in, I think September of 21 or something like that.
Oh, dang.
When the first Raiden banner was out, 2.0
Oh.
or 2.1.
Oh wait, I think we
Yeah.
started at the same time then.
I've been playing since. So I do have a Festering Desire. Luckily,
I've been
Oh, wow.
playing. I've been playing since I'll Hate Them's release.
Yeah, I think we'll get into this more in when we talk about like more quote unquote vertical stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have such a problem with like 4-star.
Yeah.
Just, like,
yeah, we'll
calc
definitely get into
assumptions in
that.
general.
I have an issue with it
We'll-
too.
yeah,
It's
we'll get
it's
to
a
that.
thing.
Something about like Festering Desire. I know it's kind of off topic, but you just talked about it. I wanted to say that it kind of fell off because like Farina's best team is Skirk, and I always run Favonius in that team.
Favonius.
Same.
I honestly think Favonius is just a way too good of a weapon for British to not use it.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
this gonna be a hot take? But I feel like in a lot of
It's our
cases,
best
Favonius is better
weapon.
than Sig. It's
Yeah.
better than Sig.
Yeah,
It is. Like,
I
for the
have
Skirk
to read
team,
it.
if you're starting from full energy, the Skirk team, the best like 5-star weapon for Farina is Freedom Sworn. It's not even her Sig.
Oh no.
And then
Oh, no.
like, for Stygian, Fav is just better. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Karina's Sig and I just still use her on Fav.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
Yeah.
I guess that's a
I've-
take that Sid Jeff actually got right because he heavily
No, he's correct. 100% correct.
he heavily
Yeah,
advertised.
But okay, he's less
Favonius.
correct before Stygian because like Abyss gives you a lot of energy and you start on full energy.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Yeah.
sure about that. But for Stygian, absolutely. Like if Fav is like even remotely competitive on paper, it is just by far the best option in practice.
I guess if you're still like an old Neuvillette player with C2R1 Farina, then her signature can be
Yeah.
like important. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a C3 Farina, and I still use her almost always on TTOM and fucking Fav,
True.
dude.
The shift
I mean,
of-
I don't know. She still does a
Yeah.
shit ton of damage anyway. She just gives
shift-
everyone energy. It's fine.
It's such an interesting shift of Farina. Like first we were focusing on a sub DPS, now we're playing TOM and Favonius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on. I think that's kind of it regarding Resin. then we should talk about some wishing stuff. So, who wants to start just putting things out? I don't know. We can't talk about anything.
Okay. So we are a meta channel, and we are like pretty into the meta and whatnot. But I want to say, like, before you consider the meta, you must have a starting point that is a little bit more arbitrary, which is just which characters do you like? Which characters do you see yourself liking? Whether that's the playstyle, well, playstyle is a big part of it. Like, that includes playstyle, character design, and how the character feels to you in the story and whatnot. Or just how the character looks. In my opinion, the most important part of quote-unquote following the meta is after you've decided which character you like what is the most meta way to build the teams and just the gearing and
right now.
whatnot around those characters you've selected. You don't have to worry about like going after the newest best DPSs or best teams. Just get the best things available for the playstyle or the character that you like and have selected. And obviously, like, inherent strength, inherent C0 R0 strength can be a factor of whether or not you like a character, but don't let that be the only or main thing that determines what you play and can't play.
That was always the message of the true TCS. I think that was like one of KQM's biggest things, that they were like, if you like Keqing, just try building everything around Keqing. Like that was the mindset from back in the day, and it's still strong.
Something I heard recently that pissed me the fuck off was, like, after getting the news of the free C1s or the free 1 Constellation on a lot of old characters. And then there's this whole thing of like Hu Tao basically just gets C1 for free now. But she's technically not as good as like the newest best C0 DPS.
That pissed me off too.
But like, who the fuck cares? I like Hu Tao. I get C1 for free. She's great. I'm gonna build my account around her, and she's gonna be able to clear everything I want her to clear. Exactly. What do you mean she's gonna stay benched even with C1 just because she's not as good as Mavuika? Like, what the fuck, man? That's not how you should go about it.
Honestly, a lot of people are like saying that every single one of these is shit. But like, there are still a decent amount. Like, we can talk about it in another episode, but there are still some decent amount of constellations that are worth looking into. The sad thing is that like, for me, the most interesting one is Ayaka C2, but I don't have C1, so I don't know.
I mean, that's my plan too. Like, I'm gonna get C1 here and then get C2 Ayaka after. But that's like the thing too, where just because the some of the C1s are bad or some of the icons of these characters are bad, I mean, if you like these characters, you just get upgrades for them. I really hate the idea.
But if they do something useful, even if it's not on the best character or the biggest fucking increase, you can still get it.
True.
But I will say, what was I gonna say? Yeah, more on that point. I think I suggest kind of opening up your kind of possibilities around like leveling a character. There's a lot of options, right? There's getting certain new teammates for the character. There's getting C1 for the character. There's getting R1 for the character. There's just maybe chasing some constellations on the 4 stars of the team for the character. There's a lot of options. Like, you can figure out. Don't, I guess, just because. Like, I know a lot of people, when they plan for like a future character, they just think, oh, I'm gonna get this character to C0 R1. That's like the baseline. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. Some signature weapons aren't great. Like, the C1 is much better, or like neither really do much. Getting a new support is much better. But conversely, so I'm gonna get fucking, like, obviously for like, so let's say for Xiao or for Wanderer, you really want C6 Faruzan. So that should be your priority above all else. And at the same time, if you can get, say, Wanderer cons with that, that's perfect. So maybe because of that, you should focus on that instead of the signature weapon. But on the other hand, let's say Mavuika. Like, recently, she just had her banner. Her biggest increase by far from C0 is her signature weapon. It's just a 28% upgrade over Mailed Flower. And that's like the entire team DPS because she's a fucking hyper carry. Do not go for C6 Yansan. No, like, go for the signature weapon, please.
Much bigger primo gem thing to go for a C6 4-star from C0.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, don't just set arbitrary boundaries on what's taboo and what you should go for.
True.
Yeah, keep your options open.
Yeah, also just
Yeah.
on that topic, keep an eye out for like 4-star lineups. I know like you shouldn't like not pull on a banner that with a character that you like just because the 4-stars are bad, but just like if there are some like you shouldn't build pity, but you know what I mean. Just look out for good 4-star lineups. And if
Yeah,
I think
that's
you should be. I don't know. I think you should be a bit treacherous when it comes to pulling certain 4-stars. Like if you're, let's say, I don't know, same for a Scoffier that might be coming out in like 6.3 or whatever, and you're, I don't know, you're high pity or you might be guaranteed, and then that like official is on the current banner, and you last banner actually, and you really need official. You have to like weigh your options whether it's worth it or not
That's
to
true, that's
potentially
true.
waste getting a 5-star that you're not going to use or that you don't need. I mean, it wasn't long banner, so whatever. But still, that you
It's
might
not
not need
worth-
around, right?
It's
Because
not
you could
worth it.
potentially, you could potentially screw yourself over and risk losing potential pity or wishes used on a banner that you weren't actually going for just to try to get a 4-star that you might not get. Because the chances of you getting a 4-star just quite low because of how random it is, and there's zero guarantees
Yeah.
for it. Which I really wish they would add a guarantee. That'd be super nice.
Yeah, that should have been the anniversary reward.
I
I've
get
had
that.
so many incidents.
Oh,
I've had
dude.
so many
It's-
incidents like this. There was one flip stream like 2 years ago where we were fucking around with like Kirara or something, just having some fun. And the guy on the co-op did not have Kirara. But there was Kirara on the banner with Ayato and Sino. That person did a 10 pull and got Sino right off the bat.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. Sometimes you
Yep.
might get lucky when you at least want to get lucky.
Yeah, for me, C6 Chevreuse took 1 Raiden, 3 Chlorins, and a Varessa to get.
That's literally just like me. It took
Oh,
me,
no.
I think, a Kaching, a C2 Arlecchino, a C1 Chlorinde, and I think a Gene to finally get one single con of Chevreuse over across multiple banners. It was
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
That's how
no.
unlucky you can get.
Yeah.
So
While
it's
we're talking
cute.
about the availability of 4-stars, I just want to say I think I talked about it a little bit earlier, but this is a little bit more into theory crafting and what I believe is the best like set of assumptions or baseline assumptions for just calcs going forward. I think 5-stars are assumed to be baseline at C0 unless they are given out for free in the event, in which case you just assume C1 because there's no such thing as not worth going for a C1 on like a character you care about playing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Hu Tao by default is just C1. Like if you're calcing Hu Tao, it means like you're talking to people who care about Hu Tao. In which case, yeah, Hu Tao's gonna be C1. And 4-stars, if they've been around for longer than 2 years, that's I believe Lynette and older, you can assume C6 for a couple of reasons. First of all, like they're just not that good, probably by modern standards, so it doesn't matter that much. And also, there's been enough time to where it's kind of not egregious to say that they would be C6. And characters newer than that, baseline assumption, in my opinion, should be C2, because that's about what it takes to get a C0 5-star, which makes it fair, in my opinion. And if they've been given out for free for some at some point after their release, you can add that count to the baseline Constellation assumption. And this would include Lantern Ride. For example, like Gumming was on I think 2 Lantern Rides at this point, so I would put him at C4 until like I think January next year, where in which case he just becomes C6 because he's been out for 2 years. So that's like the 5-star and 4-star assumptions. I think it's just by far the most fair and most useful set of assumptions for calcs. That way we don't get like C0 Chlorinde with C6 Chevreuse, C6 Yansan, and just doing 110k DPS for some reason. Like what the hell?
Yeah,
man?
around that.
Like that
Yeah.
is not real.
It's really not. I agree with that full heart.
And if we're talking at higher investment on the 5-stars, for example, you're talking about, let's say, C2 Varessa, then yeah, Yansan could be C6 because it's not egregious to say that while getting C2 Varesa, you got your Yansan to C6. That's perfectly reasonable in my opinion. So, yeah, I guess that's how I would do it.
Yeah, that's true.
And on the weapons as well. So, I think the standard 4-star weapons that's like literally on every standard banner and on every weapon banner almost. They can be R5, no problem. The battle pass weapons and the limited banner weapons can be R1. I don't think that's too egregious. And the old event weapons do not exist. We do not assume those whatsoever. Like Festering Desire isn't real.
And you can't even get them.
Yeah, Festering Desire isn't real. Cinnabar Spindle isn't real. The Fish Claymore isn't real. Yeah, that's about it.
I agree, yeah. But luckily they aren't too strong and too
I don't know.
relevant at the moment.
I don't know if I agree with R5 standard banner weapons. I feel like those are a decent bit harder to get. I don't know. Like on my own main account, which I've wished quite a bit on because I wail a little bit. I don't have a single R5 standard. I only have an R4 Skyward Spine. There's quite a bit of them.
No, not 5-star weapons. I'm talking about things like the bell.
I
Or the
was like, what R5?
No. Yeah, I'm talking about 4 stars. Not
4 stars. Okay, so like R5 weapons type
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like mega confused. We're just agreeing on.
Yeah, no, like R5. Yeah, I mean, I think, not that they're good, but like I think the R5 5-star weapons on standard, they're still too hard to get.
Yeah, I think
The
something.
only ones that would be, I was gonna say I think the only ones that would actually be good R5 and good with the quotation marks would be Almos and Jade Seer, which aren't the greatest weapons in the first place, but the ones have really shitty refinements.
I guess like regarding event wish weapon banner 4 stars, they are honestly like the recent ones have been very good, but the problem is just that like most of them are alternatives for the 5 stars that you're pulling on, but it takes less pulls to get that weapon than to get it R5, like especially after they like lowered the count that you need to guarantee the weapon, the fate points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't think we should count those things at R5. Basically,
they shouldn't be at R5. Yeah, it's basically getting a C6 4-star.
You're calculating the 5-star weapon.
Yeah, I always see the most GC sim weapon ever, which is Wandering Even Star. It's always R5
really?
Wandering Even Star or R3 Wandering Even
Wait, is
Star.
it really R5?
Does that weapon even give that much of a buff though?
It's like it's.
I see them at
like,
R1.
It's a small. It's like a 100 flat attack buff. I think at R5.
Yeah.
No, KQM assumptions on
Okay, maybe
GC
it's
Sim, they
R1.
assume R1 unlimited. They don't put R5 even
Okay.
star.
I
They
swear
always put R1.
I've seen something GC sim with R5 even star. Somewhere.
That's probably not KQM's then. It's probably like either personal or some like funny shit.
I will say I do see a lot of people chest doming with R5.
Fruitful hook.
Fruitful hook, which is such a live thing, dude.
Yeah,
It's such a lie.
That's the problem with that weapon, is because like it's better than any weapon on him, which is like it's his best in slot. That's literally the gaming weapon, but you have no way to get it basically unless you're away.
I tried to get that weapon R5, ended up with an R2 Varesa weapon.
Oh no!
So it's still R4.
Oh yeah, that's something. Just refinements. We haven't like really talked about constellations on certain characters. We will talk about that in the next section, I guess. But just in general,
Please let me fit on Final again.
Refinements on 5-star limited 5-star weapons are not worth it. Like only for whales and like I
want to say I heard from a whale friend of mine talking about R5 Aqua on Yalan, for example, and it was going from R1 to R5. He said from his own calcs was he said a 10% damage increase.
Yeah,
which is insane for the amount of wishes that takes.
That is as much as you get from 90 to 100 on Yalan.
It's very small. It's just never worth
Yeah.
R5 unless you really like a character you want to whale for him. So
And like especially, there's so many other things you could get before.
yes, yeah.
And you could get all your supports to C6 first.
Yeah, and something
That's be a much bigger upgrade. Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
something that like is new, but like will also for whales specifically or like high spenders will be to level 100 the character, and like level 100 is still better in my opinion than like getting refinements, even though like actually it might be slightly better to R5 a weapon, but like you kind of just actually you don't specifically go for level
You don't
100.
go
but-
for level 100. You
Yeah.
just get it naturally over time
You
if
just
you
get
like.
you get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a
and
decision.
and,
No,
like compare it to the reroll feathers that we got on like you get like a first 2 sample to like have this reroll and see if it's good. We don't get
We
that
don't
shit.
get that. Yeah, it's so sad.
We're
Yeah.
not getting it all, bro. Okay, we have this thing. You might not be able to get it, so we give you 3, so you can 101 character of your choice.
Okay, I'm still praying that maybe on Chinese New Year we get one for free. Please.
They
But-
really should have gave us some for free. That would have been very nice. So many people can get one character, just their favorite, and then
Yeah, like,
now
just-
the rest of you'll get the rest over time.
just let us level 100, either our favorite or the character we really want to 100. That would be
Yeah.
cool, and it wouldn't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
It
I
really
don't know.
wouldn't.
I
It's
don't
not gonna be that
even.
big of an upgrade for people either.
I don't even know why it takes 3. Like I thought it was 2, but then like it's
Damn.
3 actually.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I guess level 100 is a very insignificant thing. You don't like
It
think
is.
too
It
much
is.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
when
much.
you get it, if you get it, don't worry too much about who it benefits like the most disproportionately. You don't have to level 100 your Shinobu, even though you never touch like anything in that sort. Just pick your best or pick your favorite on-field
give
DPS
a
doing a lot of damage. Just 100
I have a lot more
Give a
to
one
say
on
about
people.
level 100 if I'm being honest.
Are we on that section yet?
Oh,
Yeah.
No,
Have we
I
not
wanted
reached
to
it
talk
yet?
about like constellations in Natlan and
Oh.
Fontaine specifically. Everything lower than Fontaine, I guess we can talk about some standards, but for the most part, they are like not worth.
They're mostly just dog.
We can- We can go
jumps.
over each limited 5-star and like quickly. Klee C2 is very like a very nice increase for both her supportive playstyle as well as like carry playstyle because it's defense shred and we don't have any sources of defense shred in this game, so it's very nice.
situationally good, to say the least.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that it's so good for like a Mondstadt constellation, like a 1.x constellation, 1.0 constellation. But yeah,
Oh
her
my
C1
Oh,
is
yeah, he's literally 1.0. That's funny.
C1 is
Yeah.
very bad. So yeah. Venti, I don't think is anything notable. Then Child, C1 is bad, C2 is bad. I think his best constellation is the skill level or something.
C5 for
No.
the burst level.
That'd be funny. Those are usually never good.
Wait. Wait,
Yeah.
what was it again?
Child.
Yeah, we
with
can
C5.
C5 burst. C5 burst
Oh
level.
yeah,
It's
C5.
the
Yeah.
Yes.
Then
The rest is
Zhongli,
neglectable.
Zhongli doesn't have constellations like his C2.
His constellations
um,
get overhyped
yeah.
a lot.
Albedo has the most troll constellations ever. Yeah.
I
Gani,
still have to calc it. I still have to calc Albedo constellations because I want to shit on Sino, and I think his cons are better than his for
Why?
himself.
Wait, really?
I just think that.
I don't think so. There's no fucking
I
way.
really
Albedo cons don't
Albedo's
do
cons are
anything.
so dog. They really do nothing.
Like Sino cons are bad, but they kind of do something sometimes. Albedo cons
One-
don't do anything.
Yeah.
Plunge damage C4.
Bunch damage.
Plunge damage.
Then
yes.
70% damage for absorbed crystal, less than Petra.
Wait, did they expect like people to actually go on the Albedo?
That's what
flower
they.
and
I
then
guarantee
play?
you, that's what they thought. Yes, that's had to be what
What?
they thought. People would actually use that. Hoyo probably had no idea how their game would be played, at least early on.
Yeah.
That's why I feel with how so weird some of their character kits and constellations are.
I think they
think the
really
other
figured out what they wanted with their game in like Fontaine.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was
that's-
that way. I feel like it was
Yeah.
Inazuma. I feel like Inazuma they started to figure out certain things a little
I
bit.
think
and then like
Sumeru was probably like Sumeru actually had some, like the whole Denjo meta. That was really like every.
I mean they
and
Who was the
still
last-
not very
Sino
good,
was
but like
Sino was
I think
questionable, but
I
Who
think
was
that
the last
Wonder is, like,
extremely poorly balanced character,
Siege
especially with Constellation?
actually no.
Constellation's fine.
No, Mizuki's standard, so like I wouldn't
She's
count.
fine. She's also standard, so it
Oh.
doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
maybe Seedream?
Yeah, I would have said
Between-
Sijuin.
But like, she's not
They're
like
good.
she's bad, but she makes sense. I think.
Her,
It's
yeah,
not like
her
she just
constellations
completely-
C1 and C2 are like really good.
Yeah.
You're talking about like who has like constellations that don't function properly?
Constellations are good
Like
for
yeah,
What
ones that
about-
completely doesn't make sense. Like if you look in the past, like look at Xiao's cons, like they don't do anything. Albedo cons, they don't do
Okay,
anything.
Baiju.
So who was the
What was
last
the
restaurant cons like that? I would probably say
Maybe Baiju. I don't. All the Fontaine
Maybe
cons make
Baiju.
sense.
really doesn't do anything. They really don't buff you anything else. It's only the
Really?
C2, what it's like used by some Novelette cocksuckers that uses this C2 to just
Novelette
have shorter
what?
rotation. Like,
Okay.
and that's the only reason.
Yeah. That. I think. I'm not sure when
My
they
bad, I
actually
just
started
think
to.
title already.
Don't worry. I think we should continue with the characters. Okay, Ganyu.
Yeah.
I think C1 is.
C1's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's like a nice 10%
C1 is solid.
increase. 10% damage increase, I think.
Yeah, C2 is
Okay,
only.
yeah.
I would say-
C2 is only for C6.
Yeah.
I mean, C1's worse against normal res enemies because you have Kafier now, but it's
Yeah.
still very good against. Like do you remember the lava dragon from?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
do remember.
Last
Who doesn't
Stygian?
know?
Like the only way to brute force that as a whale is to use. Actually, you could probably use Shinhe as well, but the fastest way to do it is plus C6 Kirk.
Oh wow, that's
To brute force
interesting.
it.
Yeah, C4 is a damage taken, but it's actually just damage percent, so it's 25% damage. That's fine.
It's
It's
alright.
not nothing like insane,
It was
but it
used
does.
in Movika
Yeah.
Stygian.
And then
or
C6,
or-
C6 just gives her another, like it was really strong
C6.
when HP inflation didn't hit because it was a ton of front load. You can think of it as like a C1 Mualani. Like,
It's still good. But
yeah, it's still good.
Ganyu actually has. She's the first DPS with like actual con.
Yeah, true.
But then they didn't follow up because they didn't know what they were
Yeah,
doing.
They did not follow up whatsoever.
Because then we got a Zhao and Hu Tao
Zhao
constellation.
doesn't have Constellation. Hu Tao has a C1.
No con.
That's really, really important
Yeah.
that we will be assuming because of the selector thing.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not necessarily a good constellation. It's just makes your kit significantly better to play.
Yeah.
Which is then the rest of our cons do basically nothing.
Eula has.
Eula C1 is good.
wow.
C2 is kind of
It's
useless.
30 damage percent. C2 doesn't do anything.
The C4 is situationally useful, and the C6 is great for herself.
Yeah, but then
Like,
C4 is
C4
completely
also
dog shit. Like it goes against her concept entirely. She wants to one-shot you things,
Yep.
so she doesn't have under 50. Pisses me off. Anyway,
So
actually it got better. The Constellation got better with time because actually it got worse. It got
Yeah.
worse. My bad. I thought it was over. No, it's worse. Shit. It got worse over time because now she cannot, because of HP inflation, because it's an HP-based Constellation. C2 Kazuha, Mavrika. True.
yeah, it's literally only I play this. Like most people don't play
no.
this.
Yeah.
I've tried it a few. It's a fun team to play when you do more advanced
is fun.
combos, but like
Yeah.
C2 Kazuha was like a bit better before, and over time
Yeah,
they
for
kind of it just got
Yeah,
worse
we
and
still
worse.
want
'cause-
like the go-to support on almost every account.
Back when his
Yeah.
burst personal damage mattered.
Yeah.
Yep. Back when the game was fun.
Then
Yeah.
I think
I'm not
first
sure about that.
the first real, like with the first real Constellation, I don't count Ganyu because I don't like the C2 and yeah. But like her C1 and C5 is very bad, but C2 is really strong. C4 is extremely strong, even for Skirk teams.
I will say the Natlin Abyssus and Stygian Onslaught just indirectly buffed her C2.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
previously the little blades don't hit anything, but now with
Yep.
bosses and like bigger hitboxes, it actually like does something all the time, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Yep.
man.
Her
Then-
C6 is so weird to me. Like they
Yeah,
centered
yeah.
everything around her a burst, and then they just said, "Yeah, charge attacks. We'll just make that stronger."
I
some
I
reason.
still like it, like because I think it can still with Escoffier probably, like Escoffier Constellations, front loads a ton of damage, and that you don't need burst, but
Escoffier-
I don't.
Yeah, we're looking at Escoffier C2, Shenhe C on that C6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That buffed it a lot.
Yoimiya Constellation, Kinkle.
C1 is absolute dog because you don't use her burst for the burst of no damage and use her with Shimenawa. So
I guess.
C2 is an okay increase. I think it's like 8 to 10%.
Oh no,
It's-
10%.
it-
Wait, Kinkle, I have a question. So
Yeah.
I assume that in Not Cry you'd want to probably use Columbina and either like Durian or just Inefa at some point. So would you say you just use the new set and use her burst, or even with the new set and not Shimenawa, you still won't use her burst?
If you're not using Shimenawa, her burst actually does have some nice benefits. Because
okay.
it does. It's just that most of the time her best set is Shimenawa, unless Echoes is another set you can use on her, which allows you to use her burst, and it is technically her best set overall if you have good ping. But it's I don't know. It's a weird set to
Oh,
farm. So I don't
So
know. But
so if you use her burst, you would just pick the C1 at some point, right?
I mean, what the C1 does is just give. I believe I always forget. It gives attack, I think, to her when you use her burst. It's when you kill someone with a burst, I believe, right? Which you have to kill an enemy with
really?
the burst itself.
Oh,
So
then it's worth
it's not great at all. It
Oh
can
no.
occasionally work, but
Okay, yeah, no.
it's not good. C2 is okayish. C3 is worse than C2. So C4 gives her cooldown reduction, but allow her to get another skill off, so it's not good. C5 buffs the burst, it's shit. And then C6, it's situationally a 30% damage increase, which is nice, but it can be kind of worse because with melt being a thing, it was kind of fine with vape because you can still get some vapes off even with the C6 up because it gives you extra hits. But with melt now, it's kind of odd.
Yeah.
You may get a single melt off in a rotation, which can be really nice and it can be a nice upgrade. But if you don't get a melt off, it can kind of be a bit worse.
I think she's
it's
kind of
an-
clunky with melt.
Yeah.
I expect her to just play vape as soon as Columbina's out.
Yeah, I mean, the times I've played melt, double crown melt with her is actually with the Scoffier and Lily is pretty good. Single target, obviously, it only works with single target, but it does work.
I mean,
It does
we
decent
only
damage.
really care about single target, to be honest.
Yeah,
At this,
yeah, you mean? Yeah,
like AOE is an afterthought. Okay, so you can clear. I'm pretty sure even if a character is highly single target oriented, if it can clear
Yeah.
Stygian, it can brute force AOE abysses.
yeah. I mean, having used her for so long, she's never struggled that hard in AOE business. Even with like having used her with Elan, who is also completely single target, but it is just kind of annoying that you have to kill one enemy at a time. Yeah.
Okay.
Shogun now.
Yeah, I think something that people have a misconception about is like that C1 is actually like fine, but the biggest problem is that C0 she's she's a kind of like sub DPS, so she's like she's never the.
I wouldn't want to call her a sub DPS.
No,
I don't get why anyone call her a sub DPS. To be a sub DPS, you need to actually do damage from off field, and her energy refund utility would have needed to have been triggerable without her.
No,
staying on
I don't
field
mind.
and doing-
I'm not talking about off field, right? I'm talking about like her not being a carry of the team.
Let's make it okay.
At C0 she isn't. At C0,
yeah,
you just play double
driver then.
hydro or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or you play
Um,
jungling or something. We're talking about C0 right now.
For some reason, I've had to
Okay.
argue with people that Raiden doesn't do more damage than Fischl, which I don't know why that's an argument. That's the people argue that. I'm like, what?
Okay, anyway, what I wanted to say is that because at C0 she isn't like a hyper carry, her C1 basically doesn't really do anything, but at C2, because she turns into a hyper carry, because she just gains so much damage by this retroactively makes the C1 better, but it's still like not the greatest con. But yeah, C2 is basically the biggest increase. If this was on an actual good damage dealer at C0, then it would be really insane. But the thing is, this is the conversion. This is where she can be a hyper carry, which people didn't really understand back in the day. And then C3.
Like if you play right and you're getting C2.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which is really unfortunate because she's not on the free Constellation thing for. I don't know. Makes me angry.
I called it the Archon curse because they make Archons like feel like they're 6 stars. They treat them differently.
And people are falling for it. People are still calling Raiden good in 2025.
Yeah.
And then
C2
Raiden isn't even as good as C0 for us.
Yeah, I don't know.
But to be fair, like Hoyo does intend on the Archons being the strongest characters. It's just until I would say at least Nahida, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
So they just put out like long-lasting skills, cool-looking like animations and whatnot. But they only really understood like how their game is bad. I would say at minimum with after Nahida. At this point, like it's really just Farina and Malika. But I would say like they started knowing kind of what they're doing with Nahida. Which is why I'm basically expecting Columbina to be the best character in the game when she comes out. Because that was true for Farina and it was true for Malika.
I don't think I don't.
And to an extent for Raiden, like the DPS category, no?
No.
Back then?
Like C2, yeah, but C0 Ayaka was just better.
Yeah, like back in the day, there was no such thing that, like, they didn't know, like, DPS checks didn't matter, so it's just whatever felt strong was strong. Raiden had very brain-dead gameplay for the time, compared to characters that did more damage, like Hu Tao, for example. So, yeah, like, she was, you could argue her being, like, up there.
When Raiden came out for a long time, she was considered to be for people casuals who didn't know any better. She was thought to be the best MG in the game, better than Hu Tao, better than Ayaka, which so egregious to me, but it was not true.
Yeah, like looking at the calcs, like she was, like especially the hyper carry team, she was a little bit behind. But it didn't matter. So she can one-shot anything anyway. It was just hilly trails. Little
Okay, it wasn't that bad. I feel like you're making it out like the Visits had like 200k HP per chamber or something. It wasn't. I played during that time. It was still like decently difficult.
I think the more reason why it was difficult was because a lot of the times we didn't have the same.
Yeah, we didn't have shit, but like it was like.
Wait, you open a home.
It was like a million. It was like a million. I've checked before. I think back in that time it was the DPS packs.
I think something that regarding this take that I agree on is that like because of the slightly because of that is why Venti was so good, because like he just consolidated the AoE the best, and that was the most important thing. So, because like enemies were squishy, that is true, but I don't think
for your information.
Yeah.
2.0, the total Abyss floor, the total HP was 6.6 million in 2.0. And nowadays, in 5.8, it is 26.4 million. So yeah, it's literally a tiny fraction.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but like, if the teams were bad back then obviously we didn't have Natlan teams in 2.0. We had 2.0 teams in 2.0, so I don't think everything was squishy. Is a good, like, I don't believe that.
What was the DPS cap back then? Was it like 60k?
yeah, I think so. I think
that's true. But like even then, like the difficulty or the HP pool of and it was all AoE content. Keep in mind, like each individual. each individual like enemy was like literally like a potato chip. I don't know why I said that, but you know what I mean.
You make it funny by saying potato
Potato chip just crunched
of all
I just
things.
Oh, no.
crunched.
Okay, let's just. I feel like it's
Yeah.
an interesting discussion for another episode. Maybe.
Yeah.
We should move
Get to
on
discuss
to
Kokomi, the
Kokomi.
goat of
I
Hydro.
can talk about Kokomi because I know this is my main. Or like
Okay.
it was my main for the longest time. C1 to all the Kokomi mains that are on there that are still playing like Kokomi Mono Hydra or Kokomi Escoffier. The C1, like, because you're getting it for free, you can be happy. She's a small portion of the team's damage in Farina, Yelan teams, but that it's for her personal damage, it's actually pretty good. But that's the problem. It's for her own personal damage. It's not a team-wide increase. But still, it's a free increase that you're getting next patch. Or maybe, actually no. Probably in a few
Wait,
patches.
really?
I forgot when it was, but yeah.
I thought N2W was better than her
Yeah,
C1.
it makes that's
It
a
is.
bit awkward, but it's still a big increase disregarding that.
Yeah, no. Don't play N2W. It's like N3W for skirt. Not real. Don't play that.
I
Yeah,
tried learning it when I
C2
used Kokomi. It's very weird.
C2 is very bad. Like, it just gives her more healing. C3 increases her HP scaling, so I think it's like okay. I don't know. C4 is shit. C6 is Lila's C6. I feel like C1 is her best constellation by far, and C6 is Lila's C6 with a worse. It has a condition. Lila's C6 is just 40% to her entire damage, and then this is 40% hydro damage when she's healing someone. So yeah, got outdone by a Sumeru Foster.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, Kokomi, like, you can be happy that you get C1 for free, basically. That's the TLDR.
For the 12 people still playing Kokomi as a DPS.
Yeah. Wait, where
I'm
where
longer
were
one of
we?
them.
So I forgot how the C1. Does anyone remember how the C1
I
affects this
don't
combo?
know how
Nor
those
is
work.
a professional Ito researcher. From what I know, C1 is a 5% DPS increase, but it's a 20% increase to his first combo. So it's okay for front load.
Oh,
And C2 is basically reduces his energy requirements from like 140 to 0.
oh,
So
that is
Nor's-
very nice.
That's kind of
yeah,
good,
so what
actually.
Nora says is, as a Ito main, C1 and C2 are a lot better for Stygian in practice than on paper.
Oh, wait, that's really nice for like Ito mains then, because like they get the
Yeah.
Constellation for free, or like a C1.
That is pretty
Exactly.
good.
Yeah, but C4 is very, very useless. Because like
Yeah.
it's actually not very useless, but in Stygian because he's going to need multiple rotation. I don't know.
And the theoretics should be pretty huge. You know why?
What?
His C6 should
Yeah,
be
his
pretty huge.
his C6 is like
Yeah.
C6 is like one of the funnest C6s in the game, to be honest.
yeah, I like it a lot also.
I think it's is it the first like RNG C6?
No,
after Yoimiya?
Yoimiya was.
I mean, yeah, but yeah.
That was the
Yoimiya.
next
Yeah, it's
RNG
another
con.
RNG C6. Like if you get unlucky, you just reset. That was the experience watching a C6 Ito player.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
Eula's C6 is also RNG, no?
It is RNG to generate
yeah,
an extra
sure,
stack per
sure.
auto.
That's true,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Shenhe C1, really important for Ayaka
It's free.
speedrunning, but yeah, it's free.
It's
free.
more important for Stygian because it's like an extra 7 part. very
Oh,
first
true,
rotation.
true.
Having like mained Ica for so
And
long,
it's
I
free.
feel like outside of Stygian, it's not really that useful unless you're running Calamity Queller. Because with Escoffier, because in a good Escoffier like rotation, you're getting 2 Shenna E's, 2 Ayaka E's, and Escoffier E. I run my entire Ayaka team on like almost everyone's sub 120 ER. You just need nothing. to get the team running. It's kind of crazy.
To
So
yeah,
for outside of a like Stygian, it's not that great, but in Stygian it's very useful.
to be
Yeah,
fair,
that
like
is
it's a first rotation, like it's a big first rotation increase in Abyss because
Yeah.
of the additional quills that you get. Which are very nice. Like you do
Can you
Shenhe skill into Ayaka burst into Shenhe hold E. Like that's when the quills run out, you get additional quills. That's how it works.
But you
In-
can just
in
do that.
Stygian.
You could just do that all without finishing one though.
and
Well,
Not
I think
that
Zaga means
well.
twice in a row.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, kind
you
of like
just
twice
hold
in a
E
row.
twice during her burst.
Oh yeah, true. That
That's
was
what-
yeah.
yeah.
No, that's what I meant. Not doing
Like, I
Shenhe
remember the
skill.
OG Ayaka against the Dorito from in like basically every Abyss back
You're
in the
saying
day.
you just keep calls up throughout the entire duration of verse. What you're saying?
Yeah.
That's how they one rotated the Dorito.
But you can like, I mean, like, in my experience of using Ica, even now, you can almost basically just do that because basically you Shenhe E and they go to a Scaffier, you basically and then use a few kills on a Scaffier.
You can
Go back to Ica, you burst, and then you immediately E again.
if you
on-
need to
'cause-
use up quills, you can still switch back into Ayaka and do hold normal, like hold charge attack.
Yeah, I mean basically doing 3 E's first rotation. So you press E at
that's
the
what
very
I meant.
at the start, and then you cast Ayaka's burst, and then you immediately hold E, and then after 7 ticks or like 7 to 10 ticks, you hold E again. That's
yeah,
how-
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Like that's what C1 does. Abyss.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly the value today is getting a lot of energy for the first rotation in Stygian, and the fact that it's free, you should probably get it.
Yeah, true.
It's not just for Ayaka, it's for
Yeah.
Skirk.
Well, yeah, I could. Yeah, when Skirk too. Yeah.
Yeah, C2 then is very like the crit damage is not even enough to matter, but the uptime is fine.
Duration is. I didn't calc the exact increase, but it feels better on the soul to have it because it doesn't run out.
Her uptime, her uptime as a baseline is so bad for no reason. Like this is a support. Why does she have 60% uptime?
Yeah, I would say if you have C1 already, you should get C2. It's still worth it just for the free thing, but I wouldn't go out of my way to pull for it.
Yeah, true. C4 is extremely useless, and then C6 is like C6
Actually,
for
isn't it great for
Risley and Skirk. Yeah, true.
C6 is it's very good for
sorry.
the funny. You use Chongyun, you use C6 Skirk, and then you turn Zhongli into a
Was
D.
that even clear
The
anymore?
funniest wheelchair. Yeah.
I did a
sure.
funny thing with C6 Shenhe and Scaffier to make Chi-Chi do a shit ton of normal attack damage. I was doing, I think, almost 100k normals on Chi-Chi. This is fucking stupid, but it was funny.
Yeah.
It's like
like,
Chongyun,
The
Shenhe,
D6 is really
Scaffier.
cool. That way.
Okay, we should really hurry up. Otherwise, like these are the ones that we actually wanted to talk about. Oh no. Okay, but
Yeah,
we've
I mean,
been a little bit.
Miko, I can go over it quickly. C1 doesn't really matter in most teams because, like, in official teams, she can already like burst every rotation. In other teams, the cooldown can be very annoying, so you don't even want to burst. But in some teams, it can still be good.
C2.
Yeah.
C2 is
In her main
good.
teams, it's a 0% damage increase in her main teams, which is aggravate. She barely needs the order.
Yeah. Okay. C2 is pretty okay.
Yeah, C2 is good. C4 is whatever. It's fine.
Is decent.
Yeah, it doesn't increase Ineffa's damage. Oh no.
Sadly.
And then
And the C6
is an actual
Right
good
on C2.
constellation. But yeah.
It's right on C2.
Yeah.
Sadly, it doesn't evolve her burst, which is
Yeah,
a bit
they
stupid.
really didn't care about the burst after the C1, which is so sad. Okay, I had some
God,
constellation. Shit.
Let's go.
C6 is good, I think.
C1
I have
is
C1
like
is
not really that
situationally
useful.
decent.
They're all
It's
trash,
like-
I think.
It's okay.
It's
C2
less
is
than
dog
50%
shit.
increase. I think less than
C2 is
50%.
dog shit.
C0 to C6. or something.
C4,
great.
the attack speed is nice, but it's too low to be noticeable, so it's also just mediocre. And the C6, if you can vape it, it's great. If you don't, it's meh.
Also, vaping is
That's
kind of
Ayato
hard
Con.
from what I've seen.
Yeah, I think Ayato is just get a weapon and then pack it up.
Yeah, you just go for the weapon. If
You go in
That's the way.
refinements on the weapon too.
I'm pretty sure his stick isn't even like that great. It's Jade Cutter is better or something.
It is actually.
Jade Cutter
like-
is like, I think it's like Jade Cutter is slightly better.
Yeah,
But
he abuses the weapon really well, but this still gives a pretty good amount of stats. It's like
yeah, I was
remember
gonna say
Haran
like it's
gave a ton
extremely
of
close.
Damage percent. It gave it a lot of damage percent, right?
yeah.
And then Farina gave a lot of damage percent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more
And
so
that-
for Yunjin,
Yeah.
but no one played Yunjin Ayato.
No one plays Injin. If you want to play Ayato, you play for
Yeah, you play Farina.
either.
It will
Yelan
be
or
one of the few units where if you made like an attack speed buffer that breaks attack speed limits and gives like a shit ton, he will benefit a lot from it. Even if he's garbage, he will benefit a lot. Because his
Dahlia,
auto
let's
attack
go.
they have barely no hit lag, if any hit lag at all.
The
Alright, let's continue. Let's
Yelan's-
go, we need
Yelan
to
has
get to the good
actually-
one.
Yeah, Yelan has actually got Constellation.
Yelan cons are great. It's a shame
Yeah.
she doesn't get it. You can't get it for free.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everybody should get her C1. It's just
Yeah,
C1
it's
is
very
really
good. Yelan
nice.
is like she's one of the best old characters for sure.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say
Great.
she's one of the first characters that actually have like all solid constellations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
C1's incredible. It sometimes just decreases her energy requirement significantly.
Yeah.
C2 is 24% personal damage increase plus an extra Hydra application every 2 waves or every 2 seconds, which is very strong. I think 7 procs per rotation or something like that. C3 is just burst damage increase, 18%. C4 is one of the only HP buffs in the game, up to 40%, which is kind of massive. It is better than
Yeah.
all Hu Tao's cons past C1, I think. So
Which
this
is
is, I
crazy.
got this back in the day. Oh, dude, I actually love Yelan. She's
The
my
bar is
first,
not that high.
my first whale character. I got her C6 or C4. For
Yeah,
Hu
and
Tao.
C5 is like C5 is probably like her worst constellation, but it's still like nice.
No, if you want to play DPS Yelan, C5 is a like massive increase to her AoE damage.
Oh yeah, true.
So,
Her, yeah,
Like
that's
today,
correct, yeah.
Obsidian is probably not that great if you don't vape it. If you vape it, it's still good. And C6 is
Yeah.
just C6. It's quite a bit
Yeah.
of damage.
I would say
C6.
Yelan was
Yeah.
probably. I'd say Yelan is like the first actually insane C6 character.
Yeah, true.
It's-
Yes, I think so.
Uh,
Like,
Still
Daenerys
kind of holds up to this
standard.
day.
Yeah.
Standard. Sino!
Sino,
Okay,
the
do it
goat!
quickly. You already
Easy
yapped
now.
about his constellation in the last episode for hours. So I don't want to offend you, but I think you
Yeah.
yeah.
All we need to know is that C1 is a 200.
C1, 0%.
Yeah,
C2 is
250%,
situationally good.
right?
Like, even in the comps where he can get the most out of EC2, it barely passes 20% of an increase. Like 50 damage percent to him is not a lot. And in Quick Bloom, his personal damage is barely anything compared to transformative. So 50 damage percent is like barely 10% in most cases. C3 is only useful in Overload, and even then it's not that great. C4 is the spare. C5 is dog shit, and C6 is decent. That's it.
Okay, good.
Fair.
Next character.
All
Nilu.
right. Thank you for that. Nilu C1 extra 6 seconds to her duration, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
It's all right.
C1
It's
C1 is
three
relevant for her
additional-
C6
Three
playstyle.
additional Hydra apps. It's definitely worth going for if you
Yeah.
just get it for free. But otherwise, don't
Yeah.
pull for it. But if you do have C1, C2 is very good. You should get it.
Yep.
Yeah. And then all cons past C2 are useless unless you want a vapor. As a
Yeah,
like,
And if she's
DPS.
she's a vapor, then sadly she's Mualani, but
Okay.
higher.
I will
risk.
say, Having played a C6 Nilo quite a bit on one of my friends' accounts, dude, Vape Nilo's so fucking ass, man. I can't. It's just not good. Even at C6, it's just generally not good. Bloom is just
Yeah.
bad.
Oh no.
She can
It's-
hold the key for Mualani. Let's go.
Yeah, Vape Nilo feels so dog to play.
Oh, and it's
dog
worth
to play.
saying, if
Yeah,
you're
but I still think
like a serious Nilu player, if you're a serious Nilu player, get the C1 for free, obviously. But both Key of Kajna Suit and are kind of
Yeah,
pretty great.
He is.
Llama, especially. You get Llama. Llama is her best vertical investment.
Yeah.
I
That is true.
actually still I haven't played her vape playstyle, but just like I've seen like one singular Nilo speedrun, and it is still like from recent days, and it still looked good. Just
Look,
like similar
if you-
to
I will
C1
say,
Mualani.
to
So
put it in perspective, the
Yeah.
maybe I was playing it wrong. Maybe there's a better way to play Vape Nilo, but the times that I did play it, it felt like I was trying to play Ayato if he had slightly better scaling.
okay,
that
not
was-
that
yeah,
bad.
Now, can I maybe that's slightly,
She
but like
also
better
has-
scaling. Like, Vape
She has a
Ayato that can
Mualani
actually.
problem
Wait,
of
are you
having like
talking-
no really good teams.
you're talking about C6 Nilo right now, right?
Yes, he's Nilo, yes.
What?
It-
I
It's just the damage wasn't like. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Maybe that was a bit of a low. I don't like Vape
I
Nilo.
think it's just
But,
C0 Mualani or C1 Mualani.
It's
Not
it's
C1
way-
Mualani, there's
it's
no way.
way worse than C0 Mualani. I'm gonna say.
Like she has
It's
more like she has the same amount of front load, but then after that it's shit. Like it goes low.
It feels very very clunky to play, and then at the same time the damage isn't really that great. I expected it to be a lot higher for a C6 with an R5 weapon. No, R4 is what I played with, but it
Okay.
just did not. I mean, maybe nowadays with Mavuika, I played this back during Sumeru. To be fair.
Okay, yeah.
So maybe
but
that was,
then
maybe nowadays with Mavuika.
wait,
it's
I'm
different,
talking about
like, low end.
Mavuika Nilu right now.
Like maybe
Yeah.
that's better that way. Honestly, I feel like wouldn't Mavuika just do more damage than the C6 Nilo? But
But yes, but like that's
I don't know.
Okay,
I
we're
don't know,
talking
man.
about Nahida next.
And about Llama C0, we have Nahida C2.
yeah, no, like unless it's for I will say there's some misinformation going around saying C0 better than C2 Nahida for Al Haytham. That's not true. I'm just gonna say
It's not.
C2
Like-
Nahida is better for Al Haytham specifically.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah.
every other
You-
case where there's a lot more transformative damage, C0 Llama is better than C2 Nahida. That's just unfortunate.
Oh no.
Yeah.
30% defense rate. That's literally it's 7% more than C2 Clee. Like, come on, you can't dismiss that for Al-Haytham.
Yeah.
Even if it's
C2 is pretty
Al-Haytham.
alright. C2 is pretty nice.
For Al
like,
Haytham. That's
Its
kind of
biggest downside is Nahida being ass in multi-wave. If there's more than one enemy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
It's a little bit better with Al Haytham specifically because you get to swap out often.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Then C4, I feel like C4 is bad, kind of like it's for a personal damage,
kinda
so it's
whatever.
kind of bad. And then
it
C6,
should
I
have been
don't really
global.
I don't really see the.
I know.
I've played
for me-
C6 Nahida is at least I mean I don't know how it is now with this current state of the game because I haven't played it in a while, but I've played a lot of C6 Nahida. It was at
constantly.
least quite strong for a C6. She does a lot of damage. But it's
I know about the
I don't know
plays
about
Nahida
now.
C6 and that streamed it for me, and I can guarantee that her C6 is mediocre. It's not
really?
a
I
lot.
don't know.
It's
Yeah, I
Yelan
mean,
Light.
Like in
It's
not
like
Yelan,
Yelan
I
Light,
wouldn't say Yelan like.
No, no, it
It's
is. No, it's pretty accurate to
If
Yelan
you
Light
were
from what I've played. I mean,
fucking-
I have a
It's-
few shorts of it too, actually, but it does kind of obliterate things. But that was when we had
Yeah.
like 7 million HP chambers and 6 million HP.
I think-
They're not 6 million.
Like,
Like,
it
3
was-
million HP chambers.
Maybe it wasn't Yelan like damage wise on her release, but we didn't like we got so many Yelan supports, but we didn't get any Nahida spread supports. So I don't think.
we need a spread character so bad.
Yeah,
even
We really do.
Never should have
scaling
been
just
spread
wasn't there.
focused, but I guess we didn't get that. Okay, quickly. C1 Wanderer is I don't know. It's okay. It's
Oh, it's
fine.
another
It's
Noir
C1 is good.
C2
C1
is-
is good. C2 makes his ult useful, so it's like pretty solid as well.
17% team DPS increase. I remember.
Yeah. The
17%.
C4 is extremely RNG to pull off. Like you're playing a team with a Hydro and the Pyro. You want the Cryo, but sometimes you get the Electro, so you barely get an increase. You get like 0%, like Sino.
That's
But
fair.
if you get
And
the Cryo, it's a decent damage increase. And the C6 is great.
C6 is crazy. It's 50% or something.
Yeah, C6 is
Yeah.
quite good.
yeah, definitely one of the better Sumeru C6s.
It's the best Sumeru.
We have an Alhaitham guy.
I am the Alhaitham guy. So okay, his cons are.
Yeah. His
No, first of
cons.
all, I want to preface by saying that he is not in the free Constellation pick. So do not look at these cons. I'm gonna be real with you. His best vertical investment are. I was gonna say cons on Farina, but then I realized we're gonna get new characters, so my Columbina might just be. So like so far, his best
Wait
team.
for the future, basically.
Yeah, so I would say I don't even know how to vertically invest into him anymore because my philosophy is if two teams are similar, I'd rather care about doing more portion of the team's damage. So I think C2 Nahida and C2, but C2 Nahida is like just better. Oh wait, no, it's probably better. So yeah, it might still be C2 Nahida, but that's a little bit sad. Not gonna lie. Alhaitham cons. C1 doesn't do anything until C6. 150 to 200 EM. Already have okay, I guess. C3 is not great because a lot of his damage comes from spread. C4 is 30 damage percent, which is okay. C5 is not good until C6, and C6 is actually C6. I would say, first of all, it changes his playstyle. You're able to do the burst when you have burst, and just have a really long burst and still get them. So you can have a long. So I would say C6 makes him a lot more fun to play, and it is strong, but it's a C6, and basically every con until then is just not good.
Yeah, I really love the C6, the way it works.
Yeah.
I
C6 is very.
I just really love the way that his like burst works in general. Like the fact that you can consume them to like get a bigger burst. It's cool.
He has one of the
Makes for
coolest kits in the
interesting-
game for me.
Yeah.
The way that you can
Makes
just
for interesting
burst,
discussion when you have
swap
Alhaitham.
out, and swap back, and just catch the mirrors,
Yeah.
and then do your uptime.
Yeah.
Is just very, very satisfying. And C6
Yeah.
adds another layer on top of that. But it is a C6. It's very and
But
it's not like
he-
other characters where C1s and C2s do a lot. He
Lit-
doesn't. His C6 is great. That's it.
the only support he has gotten is the only support he has gotten since then Farina and maybe Nefa. Is that true?
Inefa's not even an upgrade over Shinobu because Alhaitham applies too much Dendro so that she
Yep.
can't get
Oh
A1
no.
passive.
Oh no.
That I tried it too.
Unlucky.
It doesn't work fully.
Okay.
So
Baishu
yeah, we
doesn't
have to wait for
Baishu doesn't have constellations.
trash. Just go C0.
I played a
C1 is-
C6 Baiju before. It's like a C6 Nahida, but significantly worse. That's what C6 Baiju is. It's
It doesn't even come
he does
close.
no
What?
damage. I took with a full I think with the C6 Nahida 2 buffing him, it took me I think 7 seconds to kill Raiden, which it's Raiden. That's really long. It took a while. Yeah, Baiju C6 is horrible.
Don't go for Baiju cons.
Yeah.
How is that even a question? His constellations do fucking nothing.
Also,
It's
I
everything
want to
for
point
DPS.
out to those saying that you can get a prestigious. You can also get Llama C1 and delete him from the team.
True.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's kind of mean. That's kind of mean.
It's true.
Lenny
It's true though.
is the first one with the, I guess, consistently really strong. Like he led into the Fontaine constellations, which are really strong. I think he
Mhm.
still has one of the weaker constellations overall, although they are still like really good. C1 is
They're all right.
honestly really good. C2 is a bit like cringe in my opinion, but it's still good.
It's okay.
And then like especially if you play him more backloaded, then it's really
damage.
good. But C1 is better for front loading, in that sense. And then C4 is like not that great at the moment, but it could be
C4
better.
is great for brute forcing high res enemies.
That's
kind of
true.
relevant.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it could be
But, yeah.
good in a potential like future sub DPS, pyro sub DPS.
Yeah.
Alice, true. Alice, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe.
C5 is to his burst, so it's good. And then C6 is it's really
It's
strong.
extra damage. It's pretty good.
Okay, next one.
The most overrated
Get Nicolette.
very in the game. By
The
far.
goat.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jokes aside,
The,
you know
the
the hundreds of
universal-
you know the memes of like him getting a new so this
yeah.
is what I was saying about like being open-minded and like not discriminatory with your opinions of vertical investment. Just get C1 R1.
Yeah. I saw a
just get
tweet
C1
that
R1.
I saw a tweet that just said you could just get C1 and bail.
Yep, just get C1 R1.
Exactly.
Play the OG Farina Shilin
Yeah.
Farina Kazuha. Inefa's kind of worth it. Maybe.
Yeah,
Possibly.
Neff is good.
enough of damage
But
is
yeah.
enough to outweigh Kazua's buffs, because Kazua's
Yep.
buffs is literally a 1-to-1 copy from Shilonen, so they kinda, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so jokes aside, Nevilet's a fine character. Just get C1 if you want him to be strong like Stygians of the future, get his C1.
Mhm.
That's just
Yeah.
the best you can do for him.
See,
Don't
Yeah.
chase after every new support. Ooh, upgrade on paper that nerfs his C1 or that nerfs his passive. No, do not do that. His personal damage is 20% of his team DPS at that point. Do not just go for the C1.
Yeah, if
It's
you're
like-
going vertical on him, stick with at least either Shilonen or Kazu as one of his primary supports, after Furina, of course.
yeah, I would stick with
Yeah,
Shilon
Like, don't
because
go
then you
all
can
over.
get R1 Shilon and C2 Shilon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I would say,
mostly
jokes
with
aside, this guy does have pretty good constellations, especially the C1. Just get the C1, please. If
Yeah.
you actually want to play Neuvillette, not like as a bad chester, but because you actually just like Neuvillette, please get
Mhm.
C1. Yeah.
The C2 is like the C2 is mediocre. It's just 42
Yeah,
crit
yeah,
damage
yeah.
as far as I know.
Out of the
The-
constellations that give crit, Fontaine constellations C2s that give crit, which is Lini, Navia, and Neuvillette, he gives the
Yeah.
least
Mhm.
amount of like Navia's.
Yeah,
I think
he's-
70.
The other part of it
70.
too is that you're always because he's an
Yeah.
88 crit damage weapon and he runs Martrosa,
Yeah.
he always already has a shit ton of crit damage and you hit
Yeah,
damage in
crit
return.
damage
I
is
think
Doesn't
you
give
can run
you that really
HP
worth.
circlet if you have that.
Neuvillette
Yeah.
C2, C3
Yeah.
are all okay, but I want to point out that Farina C2 is better than
Yeah.
True.
Yep.
Mhm.
Then C4 is only good with C6, so it's a
That's
0%
useless.
And the C6 is,
increase at C
Really strong.
from C3
Yeah.
to C4. C5 is also really bad, and then C6 is like I don't know,
C6 is really good.
yeah.
C6 is
But
good.
the weirdest thing of the C6 is that if you're playing him in AoE, I believe his C6 is single target.
Yeah, his is a single target. That's true.
So it's more
Which-
so it makes his single target less of a pain in the whale scenario. So that's pretty nice,
Yeah.
especially in Stygian.
Yeah. Rio, oh god. Rio's C1 is the single most overdoomed and overhyped history of this game almost. I remember distinctly, I was walking back home from the gym. I was watching, I think, somebody's stream, and they were arguing over like Risley's C1 being mandatory and that being shit game. I distinctly remember that day. I don't remember who it was, but it was something like that. Was it just a
I
Jeff or
would
Jason?
only say that if you're playing Melt, the difference between getting all the CAs empowered and not is noticeable.
Yeah. So at this moment in time, Risley, he's definitely more meant to be a Melt character, but there are no Melt supports. So his best team is still Escafil,
Yeah.
like Shenhe or something
And
like that.
he's like not even a quarter of the team's damage.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
So in the future, I would say when there's a better melt support, you prioritize that, and then the C1 is dramatically better than it is now. But at this moment, if you just want to play Risley, you just get Escoffier. Don't worry too much
And
about his con.
Escoffier C1 and Escoffier R1.
Escoffier C1 is. Yeah. We didn't talk about this, but for Ayaka, Escoffier C1 is stronger than
yeah,
Sig.
yeah, true.
Yeah, the 60 crit damage team wide is actually pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty beautiful.
It's actually strong for our own personal damage too, which is crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
C2 is the same as Risley and Clorant. I think it's better than like Is it better than Wanderers in practice? I feel like
I don't.
It's attacks.
Actually, no, it isn't. Because, like, you never play... Actually, no, with Escoffier. With Escoffier, it's bigger. But in Melt, you play him in, like, solo cryo. And then he doesn't get enough energy recharge to burst, right? So, like...
Burst every other most of the time.
And you don't melt
I
the
don't have
burst.
enough.
Like, you don't melt the entire damage. But which is so confusing. Why is he a melt carry? Like, he is supposed to be a melt carry, right? But then his burst is 5 hits and not one singular big hit. I don't get it.
It's
Yeah.
very weird.
And then C4 is pretty bad, I think. If I remember
It's
correctly.
attack speed, but I don't think the attack speed is enough to get one extra empower at CA. Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
I don't
I think
think
it's
it
still
does
getting
anything.
4.
And then C6 is probably like one of the best Fontaine C6s. Like up there.
It's
because
very strong.
like
Very
it's,
strong.
yeah.
It's quite strong.
It's so fucking broken.
Yeah, it
For
used to
melt,
be
specifically.
the fastest clearing. Like Risley was the
I
fastest clearing
remember.
unit at some point. But yeah, he
No. Okay, yeah, for the other half. Neuvillette for the other half. Because once again, the HP pools were low. Neuvillette being able to just E and then charge is fast.
Oh, I think Risley was better than Neuvillette.
No, you need a bit of a setup with Risley. Neuvillette, you don't. You just use Child, C2, Baiju, some random thing.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But if it was a chunkier target, then like Risley's melted charge attacks are nothing.
Oh yeah, no.
Like-
Risley did more DPS for sure, but
Yeah.
like if Stygian was a thing back in the day, Risley would have been the best DPS.
There was a run where like a group of friends were shocked at it, but it was like Grizzly 5 seconds the chicken. It was just N1C.
Yeah,
That-
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like for infinite waste of infinite cost.
Farina.
Oh wait, I yeah. I
Arena,
skipped
the
Arena.
go, the actual go.
Okay, C1 is like arguably one of the best constellations in the entire game. Just like it's
It's
C1 is
really
great.
good.
quite nice.
I can
Yeah,
and
everyone that
theoretical
plays
thing.
Farina, I can just recommend. It's literally good in every single team of us. Like there's no team in which it is bad, and it's always good. Actually,
Yeah.
It's a bare minimum 30, like bare minimum 30
It's about 30% damage increase, or not damage increase, but extra damage bonus.
damage percent, and like 150.
Yeah.
How much is that? It's a 25% of 150, right?
37.5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you get that
Yeah.
off rip without any HP
Yeah,
fluctuation.
no stipulations. You just burst and
Yeah.
you get that.
And
It's-
her
it's
max goes from 75 to
nice.
100.
to 100.
Yeah,
It's just
Yeah,
nice.
so it's just good no matter what.
it's
Obviously
very
not
nice.
with the new characters like Flynn's and Effa. They don't
yeah,
And that's
Ina
like
Fan
the-
just
Yeah.
sounds there with it.
And
Yeah.
I want to say, like, with this is the I think I talked about this but C1 is better than C2 in all the good teams. Like with Skirk,
Yeah.
Farina,
It is.
Yes.
Farina
Yeah.
does no damage, and you
Does it
have enough
increase-
healing to max it anyway. So C2 doesn't do much, but C1 does a lot.
For
Yep.
Does it increase the
Neuvillette
power?
specifically, I think C2 Farina is still.
Oh,
better.
C2 is
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Farina's
it's the
personal
only
damage
team
makes
that
up a
does damage.
big chunk. Yeah,
Yeah.
Farina's personal damage, I believe, is like I think 40% of the team's
40%.
damage in Neuvillette.
Neuvillette
It's
does
huge.
far
So
too.
C2 is really big.
C2
funny
is
enough,
crazy for Neuvillette specifically. yeah.
I was with a friend. I mean, I don't know if these calcs were great because they were my calcs, and I don't account for certain things when I calc sometimes when I'm lazy anyway. But I did calc C6 Neuvillette with a C6 Farina in the team, C6 R5 on both. Farina slightly outdamaged Neuvillette, which
What?
No, that's not
It's-
possible. But he does a lot.
maybe I miscalced, but I don't know. It was kind of
Nah,
crazy.
that-
Farina did
that's
Is
a
it-
lot of
did
damage.
you
though.
assume like all the Farina C6 hits or something, and then shorten Nubilet's up time, like field time or something.
No, it was 3E Nouvellette, 3 charge attack Nouvellette versus just skill on Farina, skill damage Farina.
What?
Wait, 3 charge
So-
attacks on C6?
Wait, maybe
On C6, you just assume 1.
Yeah, you assume one.
Oh,
big
true,
one.
yeah. That
One
is
like
true. Maybe I miscalculated.
oh, and like a lot of C6 hits, I believe like 8 times 2, I believe.
Wait, no, it wasn't C6 Nouvellette. No, I'm wrong. I really 3.
Yeah, okay.
It was for a friend. It was a C3 R2 Nouvellette, I believe. I think versus C6 Farina.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
TLDR,
of course.
Farina C1 is still worth it to this, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
C2, situationally, if you want to do a personal damage,
Yeah.
or if your healer is terrible, that it also helps with that.
Yeah,
C3 is an additional 24% damage increase, which
Yes.
is it's all right.
It is for her old.
Yeah, C4 is it's good
C4
when
is-
you want to build her for
C4?
damage. But
Yeah.
right now, I just build her on 270 ER Favoni, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. But-
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
not,
helps though.
it's not 20
I think-
energy, sadly. Like, they didn't make... I don't know why they didn't make it 20 energy. Like, they made it 16 energy. Like, it pisses me off. I want far more energy. But
The
yeah,
C4 makes her stick worth it.
I think
Yeah.
it's still,
Oh.
like, some people overrate. Like,
Nope.
you don't build 0 energy. You still build energy.
It's like
You still
from
do.
what I've tested with the C6 Farina, it's around like 130 to 130, or sometimes 120. If you're double hydra, you can go really low, but otherwise it's still decently like
Yeah,
130.
you can build
130,
0 ER
130.
with like C1 Yelan, I think. Plus,
Yeah.
Oh, was C6
Mhm.
the first, like, book Constellation? That was, like, an entire movie book. Like,
Clearly.
Oh no.
This
Oh, movie
took
script.
my C6 virginity.
Oh,
it
was-
ho-
C6 Farina
hold,
is-
hold on.
Quite good. It's very strong for a C6.
Yeah. Back in the day when there were no good healers, it allowed you to use Shenhe instead of Charlotte for Ayaka, and it allowed you to not have to run like a
But
healer
here's
with
the-
all of her teams. It's less good nowadays because you have Escoffier, you have Bennett,
Yeah.
which is like well, Bennett was there all along, but you can play Bennett. There's Shilinen. There's like characters like Nivillette and Chlorine who self-heal. And yeah, so C6, the healing aspect is less good because all the teams you use there is a healer. But yeah, it's still fun. It's
Yes.
a great piece of history, I
So,
guess.
some of my speedrun friends, or like multiple of them, are like really dooming. I'm not sure, like I don't have any experience with C6 Farina, but they are saying that like Numa Vape Farina is like not like it is as good as C1 Mualani or even C0 Mualani. Like that is
Yeah,
not
no,
that good.
It's not actually no.
It's the-
doing more.
The way to play it back in the day, or you can still play it now, is to use Xianyun. So C2
Yeah.
Xianyun, C6 Farina, you can get like
Yep.
1.5, 2 million
Oh,
point
okay.
plunges. Pretty
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
and
was
you kinda
thinking
do-
as well.
You kind of do that with C1 Mua with decent supports.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my
Mulan is-
Mualani with a C2 Jalonen and C2 Mawika does 2 million. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But why don't I see like I think the team has high noses, as Raulfigas explained the term.
What?
Cyanosis.
Cyanosis.
Does anyone remember that?
I haven't heard
Oh.
that. I haven't heard that. What?
Like Farina and
It's a
Janyon have
term
movies.
utilized for teams that contains a full 5-star supports, and you need to burst on every single one of them for them to be any useful, which extends the
Oh.
rotation so much.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Make
Mualani
it slower.
does like
That's the
normal
Cyanosis.
attack, Shilonen, and two
Mulan
Mavuka
is the
skill.
opposite of that.
Yeah. Most characters you don't even need to burst on just to do big damage. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on. We have very okay. This Navia was constellations are kind of
Let me,
sus.
I'm gonna go for it.
C1 doesn't do anything because she always gets enough. Like she doesn't have energy problems, even though it looks
Isn't
like she
her only
does.
good constellation P6?
I wouldn't say so. C2 is like that the biggest problem. Like it's such an annoying constellation because it makes her normal attacks significantly, like it nerfs her normal attacks by 72% crit value, because obviously you are building for the 36% crit rate, but that means that your normal attacks are missing out on 36% crit rate, which is really awkward. But other than
Yeah,
that,
which
it's
makes
still
me
a decent constellation. Like it's still good because like the main part of her kit is her front load, and which is the skill part. And I think with the future, it could be even stronger with like if she's entirely off field, maybe with some Geo on field in the future, as I coped in the Geo episode. But yeah, it's a fine console. It's not the greatest C2 ever, but it's good. Then C3 is good as well. C4 is the
It's
same
shred.
as, yeah, it's shred. C5 is just the burst, so not that good. And then C6 is really good because it's like the same as C2,
Isn't
and then,
like
yeah.
like a massive front load.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
it is a pretty big boost. The thing is, both C2 and C6 are both crit constellations, so yeah. I hope you are not missing your crits. But you probably aren't. You're building 64% crit rate minimum, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, Maréchaussée is always a scam. Never play Maréchaussée, and especially if you don't. Like I saw C2 players playing Maréchaussée, which was weird.
What the fuck?
Anyway. Okay. Xianyun.
Shiori. Oh, there's that.
You know, Genuine C1 is nice for C2 is very good. Really.
The C2 is really, really good.
It's a big buff.
Like
And
it's
the rest
run
is
damage.
to me it's the break point where I consider Xianyun a good unit. I kinda
That's kinda
feel
fair.
Xianyun is so sus, and then at C2 she's best in slot for Veressa, she's best in slot for Coming. Yeah. Wait, don't we? Wow, plungers.
And
Oh,
also
Zhao,
final
Zhao.
But
Zhao.
Zhao with
It's
C2
like the only
Xianyun
feature
does
that
like
has
the
to
same
do
amount
with
of damage
Zhao
as
is
C0
ADR.
Veressa with
That's the only
Overload or
thing.
something. I don't know. I've tried it. It's not
But the rest of her cons, I know her C6 makes her a DPS, and I hear Skyward Scatter
Yeah.
type shit.
Skyward, scatter, Skyward.
A friend of mine pulled that just to annoy me. They pulled C6 genuine
Speaking
just
of-
to annoy me, and they made these strong cases.
Speaking of, I need to recalc Xianyun Farina compared to C2 Yansan and C2, because I don't think it's like a big difference.
Yeah. True.
For who?
I mean, well, I mean, yeah, no, take it back. You're talking about C0 genuine, right? Never mind.
But in this specifically, Xianyun is ass for Veressa.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the
Because
AoE.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but,
mean,
Xianyun's
the
a
Abyss
target.
doesn't really matter, right? I'm thinking about like when you use Stygian, what it looks like.
I still consider
In
Abyss.
Stygian, the C1 became like a staple because it saves early R. It
Oh,
saves
yeah.
our first rotation.
Yeah, I
Very
accidentally pulled C1. I don't even need it.
W.
Chiori.
Shiori.
The most
C1
reliant
C1.
C1 concept. I wish he was in the pool, so
Well,
My
she will
mic.
be next year, so she will be
Are
next
you
year.
think it's
certain?
like-
Are you sure about that?
I mean, we can't
I
be
think
giving
it's
it
like
to your
close
way.
to a 40% damage increase or C1,
I
isn't
thought it was
it?
50. I thought it was
More,
50%,
50.
wasn't it?
I think it's 50.
Yeah, it's 50, right? It's just right above 50%
You-
damage
you
increase. It's absolutely massive, and it's stupid, but
You go from 7 hits to 12 because you get 2 from the Ascension 1.
yeah.
So it shouldn't be 50%. It's more
No.
close to 40.
It's a 100% increase on the summons damage, but she has other parts to her kit that does
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
the
if you
essential
burst,
passives
it's less.
and the burst. So if you burst every other rotation and you count the ascension passive damage, it ends up being around a 50% damage increase. If you just look at the summon damage, it's a 100% damage increase. It literally doubles.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
it is so stupid. Why did they
Yeah.
do that?
I think both C2 and C4, like C2 and C4 are the same constellation, just recolored.
Oh, they're basically the same.
And
No,
they
C4 is
have-
better.
Oh, C4 is better. is it?
C2 requires you to use the burst, but C4 is like C2,
Oh,
but
you're
you don't
right.
have the burst.
Yeah, but like increase
Right.
or like damage-wise, they do the same damage.
Damage-wise, it's the exact same, but you really
Yeah.
get C2 every other rotation. You get
Mhm.
C4 every rotation.
Exactly.
Then
And the C6 is
C6 is
Broken.
C6 is so fun. It's so fun. I love it.
It's beautiful.
yeah.
Oh,
I-
man,
I-
this is
I
my
also-
favorite, it's my
I also
favorite
did a
C6 of the
search.
whole game.
I did
I
a
played it
search
on
in
Visual
music
Accounts.
rate. Real quick, I did a search, and in US Helper, that uses Rate website, Chiori is by far the most owned C6 there.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
Because
By,
it's like a lot of constellations, which are, like C6 is a bit extreme, but which is why this is like one of the main reasons why I'm kind of in favor of vertically investing into your favorite characters, is that like a lot of these things they fundamentally change how the character plays, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
so yeah, you can't just
This
look
is-
at
yeah.
the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
like
sure.
just other.
Yeah, I guess that's it about Chiori. Then next we have
Mhm.
Arlecchino. I'm
She has
scared.
good
I'm scared.
She has
Her
good
C1 and C2 are really big
Yeah, yeah.
for
The
her.
one is crazy. It's
They-
like
Yeah.
it's like 30% or something.
Yeah. It is about 30%. Yeah. Her C1.
Yep.
Interruption resistance is less meaningful because of
Yeah.
Citlali
It's
and
most of the
and
bond of
Effa.
life thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, C2 is like an extra full bond of life N1 or something like that, and it's big AoE,
Yeah.
and it also gives her an additional 20% damage resistance.
Yeah.
think-
It's really strong in
and-
mate. Like it makes her
It's
basically
really
a
good.
mate C
Yeah.
mate
Yeah,
character.
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
has good ones.
The way I think of it is like you get a Mavrika initial. It's
You get like you basically do get like a mini. Not as strong as
Doesn't-
it, but quite good.
That's a good way to
And it-
put it. C2 turns her into
Doesn't Arlecchino's R1 not let you dash cancel?
Does it? Is
Yeah,
Does it work?
you need to
Oh,
hit
no,
the
no,
CA
you-
to get
No,
the
you
bond of life,
still
no?
charge attack. You just cancel the hit, right?
Yeah.
No, in my
Don't you need to hit
experience,
it?
like unless you have a crazy pain, in which case you can like charge cancel and do your N1 before Citlali's like little skull explodes. If you can't do that, even at C2, you just let the charge attack and you just wait for a second.
I see.
Like because charge attack can melt, get the C1 or get the R1. C2 will melt, and then you have to wait a little bit, and then you start your normal attack chain. It's
I
not
see. I mean-
actually more
I fucking-
time than canceling it.
That
In my
makes sense.
experience, to guarantee the melt on the C2, you cancel. Because if you don't, sometimes you won't melt the C2. It's kind of inconsistent.
It's like Mavuika. As long as you switch out of Citlali burst and immediately charge attack and do nothing in between, it will. But you need to be able to guarantee you do that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the other constellation.
It's
I think C3 is also a nice thing to have, and then C4 is
18%. I think
useless at C4.
C4
because,
is
like,
not good.
yeah. Then C5 is
Yeah.
no, C6,
C4, C5 are only good with,
C6.
but C6 makes it so that burst is very strong.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
also, I'm so pissed. Like, why does she have, like, she has a crazy first part of C6, right? It's very strong. But why does she get to have a second that gives her just 90 crit value when my Skirk
Yeah.
doesn't get? Like, why
Oh,
can't
yeah.
Skirk have this as the second
It's
part
weird.
of her C6? Like, Clorinda also has this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
a little
is
bit
the-
mad.
wait,
90
what about
CV?
Skirk? What does Skirk C6 look like?
Skirk does. He's saying that Skirk doesn't. Skirk just gives her extra damage or extra hits
Yeah,
on burst and normal attacks, but it doesn't give her crit
Wait,
crit value
is
like
C6 Skirk
I like in a C6.
increase wise worse than Arlecchino's and Cloran's?
Is it? I
yeah,
have no
Skirk
idea.
C6 is not nearly as good as like
Oh,
Clorinda's
Yeah.
I
C6
didn't-
because
I didn't
Oh,
even
no.
know.
like they get the same kind of increase from the first part of Constellation, except with these
Yeah.
pain characters, they also get 90 crit value on top of that.
Yeah.
Skirt doesn't.
Oh,
So
I
just
need
a little
to.
bit.
It's time for me to shine. Okay. Why do we all have our C6
It's
characters
time
that
for the
we talk
hours of
about?
yapping of
Because
Constellation.
we're all
Let's
based
fucking
that
go.
way. That's why.
So
That's
true.
why we're all just based like that.
Okay,
Yep.
C1. Like
Our
both
yapping
C1 and
incoming.
C2, really strong, nice constellations. They aren't like 30% Arlecchino type constellations, but they are both like really strong still. Like I think C1 is like around 18 to 20, and then C2 is like 20 to 22 or something percent. Yeah, C1 just makes her apply more electro, which was relevant back in the day for an aggravate team, but it isn't anymore. But yeah, C2 makes it so that she scales worse with attack buffs. So if you, I don't know, like if you have a team that heavily over caps on attack, like playing Jansan, for example, yeah, it's a bit annoying, but yeah, it makes it so that like at C0, like 50% of her damage is A1, and 50% of her damage is like the talent damage, and at C2 it's like 30 to 25% of her damage is talent damage. So everything that is not like everything that is this talent damage, or like that everything that is not this talent damage is not getting increased by everything attack related past 3k. But yeah, other than that, it's a really good constellation. C3 does
Saga,
not. Mhm. Sorry,
did you
I'm
know her
hurrying up.
cons are? Oh,
Huh?
okay. I was gonna say, did you know that her early cons, despite being good, are not worth because she's.
Oh, what did you say? Oh no, it cut off.
Yeah, your mic cut out, Butterfer.
Oh no.
Sorry, can you hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, even though her early cons are good, did you know that they're not worth it because she's not a hyper?
True. Okay, yeah, we have to preface this. You only play on official teams. That's a given. So getting a constellation is bad actually because you don't increase Fischl's damage, and Fischl does 60% of your team's damage. Like that's just
Yep.
how it works.
Yep.
C3 and C5 are both very bad because it increases the talent damage, and the talent damage is like the 25% of your total damage. That's why it's so bad. And then C4 is like one of the best constellations for her specifically because like it enables a very front-loaded play style. I wish I feel like her C2 should have been her C1 and C4 should have been C2, so more people get to play this constellation because it's so fun. It's more fun than her C6 even. But yeah, it makes her burst like nuke hard. I mentioned the Sarah thing multiple times, but yeah, if you have a
Yep.
good uptime character with good buffs, then you want to use it at the end or like mid window if you want to front load it. But yeah. And C6 is really strong. That's it. It makes her damage. It also makes her like it's not only crits and not only additional hits, it also makes her reduce her own damage. I don't know why they put it like they basically put 3 different effects, 2 offensive, 1 defensive. I don't know.
It's literally Skirk's C6 but better, which is a little bit sad.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
no.
why can't Skirk have the same C6?
It's
But
easily.
I like it.
I wonder why they
Okay.
crammed so much into her C6. It's kind of odd.
Yeah.
Oh god, Drain.
C1 makes her buffing more than double, I think. Like C1 is really important if you want to play like mono hydro with Farina. Yeah, it's really nice for that. Same with C2, which is a 35% hydro damage. These days it's not really that good because like
Hydro
wait,
Rex.
actually what do you play Nefa with in mono hydro now? I don't even know.
Mono Hydro, I think with higher investment, it's just Farina, obviously. And
yeah, then Shilon and
just,
C2 are 1 or something.
yeah, Shilin, Citlali, or Escoffier, Citlali.
Yeah.
Or you can also play Nefa.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options.
Yeah, C3 is completely dogshit, useless, 0% increase. C4 extends her window. It's like for her personal damage, it more than doubles her personal damage, but she didn't have anything to begin with. It's a Raiden C2 thing, which is kind of funny. And then
Savage, not gonna lie.
then C5 is also nice for her burst, but like you should get
Yeah.
C6. Obviously, if you get C4, then get C6. And then C6 is a really hefty, nice amount of like crits. It's like 1/6. I can't do
Yeah.
math. Wait, 150 CV. That is
Yeah.
how many substats?
It turns her into Nivillette. Let's go.
Yeah, true. Emily.
Oh, her cons are really good, aren't they?
Yeah.
At least for her personal damage.
A C4 is like I will also do that because I really like Emily, so I know all of her Constellation. C1 is huge. It's like 30%. It's really
Yep.
big, very important. C2, no idea why this doesn't shred pyro resistance. It only shreds dandy resistance, but she's a burning character. Why does it not shred? It pisses me off. But yeah, anyway, it's also good. And then like specifically for Kinnick as well, because like it increases Kinnick's damage.
Yeah.
Then C4 is really strong in multiple targets, but also really strong in one target. Like it's complicated to explain, but it's a really strong constellation. You really want to burst, so use like get her signature, burst and everything. It's important. And then C5 is also good because as C4 makes her burst damage better, and then C6 is I feel like it's kind of not the bit. It's not one of the. I don't know. I haven't seen any C6 gameplay, so.
Doesn't it
I think
allow
it's
her
not
to
that
have
great.
Dendro Infusion attacks, right?
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
they don't really do that much damage from what
From
I've
what I
seen.
understand, it's not that great. It's like Nikita season.
Yeah.
I would
The
probably
main
more
thing.
advise you.
Okay, the main thing that you get is the 4 cents from on-fielding her for a bit, and then she does like her big ass like these nuke type attacks, these 600% thingies. You get 2 more, so it's like 1,200% or something. Yeah, 1,200% motion value, and then like on top of that you get that. But it's not that big of an increase. But yeah, okay. Best constellations. Period. True.
Molani, the goat. Yeah.
Oh, is
cool.
this Mulan?
Well, I mean,
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm pretty passionate about this one. So I'm sure you've all seen my.
Yes.
So basically, what I think Mulani is the perfect. She exemplifies the idea that you should go for vertical investment, because a C2 Mulani is just more fun to play than a C0. So what it does is, first of all, C1 essentially doubles the damage first hit. So no matter what happens later on, you're guaranteed just a lot of damage right away. And C2 takes that to a whole, like another level. It lets the C1 hit come out instantly. So I think Kinkle saw this at least. Maybe you guys did too. It was on the cactus. If you have C2, you can whack the cactus once before it goes away.
Yeah.
But before it shields up.
It's crazy.
You can
Yeah.
It's
do
crazy.
it with You can do it with C1. I did do it, but the problem is you can't get nearly as many buffs up. You have to just immediately apply pyro and go. With C2,
exactly.
it's fucking
Like,
nuts. It's
you can
actually
just do
nuts
things-
with C2.
You can just do things like that, and then you can swap. Like after you slap, you can swap off and then do other stuff. And then as soon as you come back, you get another instance. So not only is it like a massive damage increase, I think going from C0 to C2 is like, even on paper, is it 60% or something like that? And that's not accounting for times where you can just turn 0 damage into like a full C2 with C2. So it's just there's so much more things you can do with this character, and that's without looking at the second part of C2, where one of the biggest like pain points of playing Mulani at C0 that you will, when enemies are kind of moving or when they like multi-wave, you have to move yourself. You run out of Night Soul points before you pick up the puffer, and that's annoying. With C2, that's not a thing anymore. You only need to stack twice between each byte. So like there's much more room for you to move. You can actually dash, like use the sprint one without losing any bytes. And you can like sprint, burst, and then still be able to catch the puffer after your burst hit. So you still get to get 4. You still get to do 4 bytes versus just 2 if you were to do that C1 or C0. So yeah, all in all, constellations like this fundamentally transforms how a character feels. And I think if you like Mualani, this is worth going for more than like anything on paper,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
I like.
Yeah.
I'm
I
a
like-
big fan. But Mualani C2 is probably my favorite.
Oh.
Oh, also, in the Citlali team, C2 Mualani makes her line up, makes her attack, like her bite speed, line up perfectly with Citlali's and Moika's pyro application, so that you can like vape every hit, rotation after rotation, in Stygian, which is very cool.
Yeah, peak.
Yeah.
We love
It's
this
peak
character.
Constellation. It's the perfect Constellation.
I think C2 Mualani is my favorite Natlan constellation.
For me, C1 Mualani is just I really like the ability to just nuke every fucking thing just instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know the big upgrade for first shark bite is great for I really like. C2 is great
Yeah.
though too.
Okay, C3 is just for her, but like most of her damage is normal attack damage, so this is also pretty big. And she's a hyper.
Her burst is good too.
Yeah, true. And then
C3 is fine, but I wouldn't like Mualani. To me, unless you want to go for, she's pretty complete at C2.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Yeah.
And then C4 makes her like gain energy, so easier to build energy recharge. But I don't think she has any energy recharge. Like she just one shots and everything. I don't know.
Also
but I guess
buffs
for
the burst.
Stygian, it's like really nice.
C4 also buffs the burst, which is pretty good.
C5 buffs the burst, and then C6
Again.
Makes the C1 hit apply to everything. I thought this was this wasn't a lot, but it's very strong.
I think it's not
Yeah.
noticeable when you have lower HP enemies because you kind of
they die
destroy them.
Exactly.
But with Stygian or higher HP, like something like I noticed it most when DHC was doing the comparing his best C6 characters for each element versus it was against that one 9-man HP local legend.
Oh yeah.
And he was saying the best character for each element, and fucking Mualani was number 2, better than Skirk at T6 because she does so much damage very quickly
crazy.
because of the combination of C2, C1, and C6.
Yeah.
It's
I think C6 Mualani is the only one that can match C6 Movi.
it's
damage output.
Yeah, she comes very close.
Yeah.
Also
with the
fact that she
exception
can
of
run-
Scam Arlecchino, of course.
Yeah,
R5
yeah.
R5 Scarlet Sands full 200 one of life start.
Yeah.
And you already have the E on the enemy, and you need to have the cooldown back. That's what it takes for Arlecchino to out DPS Movica at C6.
Oh no.
Then the oh yeah, true. The crit thing I've talked about in the last like when I remember talking about C6 at another time. But yeah, this is crit because it used to give like 10% crit rate or something. Like it was very low, but they removed it, but it still has the crit sign and it pisses me off.
They used to give 10 crit rate for that.
Yeah, like 10% crit rate, 10% crit damage or something. Like a very low amount. 5% crit rate, 10% crit damage. I don't know. It was like very early beta version.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kinnick.
Kinnick.
One of the also one of the very strong constellation characters from Natlan.
Very good cons all around, yeah.
Yeah. C1 is like huge. It's really strong. C2 is also really strong. There's not much to say. These are just very big increases, both of them.
Yeah.
C4 is kind of mid because his burst kind of is shit, but it's fine. C5 is also fine, and then C6 is really strong. I don't think there's much else to say. He's like, he has probably the weakest Natlan constellations. I don't know. Actually,
No,
maybe
I
for
don't.
Is it
okay,
the
they're
weakest?
all.
Is it the weakest?
like Natlan cast, excluding like Mizuki or something.
No,
Trying to think.
they're really good. I'm not like.
I mean,
best
they're
is,
really
like,
good, yes, but like,
Okay,
best is like
carry
it's between like
constellation.
skirt.
It might be Varesa. Like Maressa has
Yeah.
good.
Actually, it might be Varesa. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
Varesa, at least for
They're good.
C2 is
no, it's
really
good.
the C2 is really strong, and I don't know how much I still don't know how much the C4 is. To this day we always talk about it, but how strong is it?
We can look at it after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it again?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think like I heard someone say that he has one of the like weaker constellations.
I
don't
think
know,
it's either him or Varesa. I would argue.
I think it's because
but I
they
mean,
are
they're not necessarily weak. They're just the weakest.
They're good. They're very good, but
Which
yeah,
is a statement to how
Natlan
strong
con-
Natlan constellations are.
Yeah.
So
And then
yeah.
this is also like Natlan cons are good to a point where I hope over time, if you want to get cons on your favorite Natlan characters, they can brute force everything balanced around new characters.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, they
will.
definitely. I think they definitely will
will.
be able to. The early cons,
Uh,
especially for Natlan characters, are especially strong, except for maybe Varesa to an
Yeah.
extent.
I think I
But-
was talking to Raulfigas about this last night. Just like C2 Mavwika and C2 really scale so hard. I
Mhm.
don't see like even if we get a new Varka or whatever during Not Cry,
Yeah.
I have a hard time seeing like the C2 damage ceiling.
I,
Yeah.
Like they need to do something
I agree.
crazy.
Yeah,
They
it's
really
just
would.
one.
I think Nefer. I'm scared for Nefer's multipliers because like they could make them huge, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, they
It
will
depends-
be huge.
It depends on the way
Yeah.
they want to make her, like either some Dendronavia type shit, or a sub DPS, or a main carry. We don't fucking know what she does. We only have kit crumbs, so we just have to wait like a week.
Yeah.
I
I
don't want to wait.
Okay, we should move on to Girona, otherwise we're
Let's
taking
move on.
years. Girona C1 does nothing. It gives slight interruption resistance. Yeah. C2.
C2 is good, but you should go for DPS cons first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true, but
Yeah.
it's still like for those characters, like specific.
It's pretty nice for like.
characters.
Yeah, it's pretty nice for
Specifically
like.
Mualani. Very good.
Yeah, Milani. Like I think like any HP scaler, like Yalan, Milani.
Navia as well. It's
Mualani-
Navia's best constellation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Geo as well because
True.
Geo characters don't really have great cons. Well, I mean, besides Navia.
And
Electro,
Our
noticeably, it's not great.
About Electro, I'm gonna
alright.
say something
In
on
FR,
like
yeah.
I don't know.
C2 Shilonen and C2 Inef in like a Novelette team. If you scrap the rotation a little bit, you can get 2 Inefa ults, essentially doubling her damage.
interesting.
But yeah, it's like one of the few situations where her C2 feels useful outside of specific units in Stygian.
And maybe Sino.
Oh yeah, Stygian. The energy refund.
Yeah, that's the specific unit. That's why I didn't mention it.
Oh, okay.
Because I know.
Yeah. Then
I know the goat.
C4 is good. Like it's okay. It's nice.
C3, C4 are both good because they're useful on every team. But
that's true.
at that
Yeah.
point, it's pretty expensive. So
Yeah.
And
I went for it because I'm kind of I like Shilonen, but
Oh, we
Yeah,
forgot.
you have C6, don't you?
We forgot to mention, if Ito wasn't shit, then C2 would be like an insane increase, or like would make Ito extremely strong. But like I remember when Jason was like playing C6 Ito and C2 Shilonen, and like was saying, "Oh my god, this is so strong! Like I can't believe Ito is tier 0 now." He was hyping Ito up so hard, and then like Mualani outdoes at C0. Like
Yeah.
if we
Yeah,
ever
but-
get like a mono Geo team that's actually good, I feel like C2 Shilon could be like crazy good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
it's nice.
C6.
It's healing while exploring, is all I'll say. Because I'm pretty sure no sane person has this. Because I have it because I like. It's very useful for like, just exploration. It's not useful in combat.
It's like
I've seen-
200k
a
more
whale friend.
damage or something.
I've seen like a whale friend try doing DPS Shalona with her C6, which
It's not.
it does a thing, but it's not good.
Like you can,
It was
if you want to
useful
do a
for
whale
one
geo
bit.
team, you could do a couple Shilinen hits.
In a Chiori
But,
team. Yeah, Chiori
Yeah,
C6.
you don't really use you wouldn't use Shilinen for damage otherwise. Like for C6, it's like an overall quality of life con, to be honest.
Wait, Chaska?
Yeah.
You don't use it much.
Chaska has Mavrika base
What?
attack. What? I never noticed. Wait, let me check.
Oh really? No, she doesn't. Mawika is
Oh, it's two-
359.
Yeah, it's 2 base attack.
Mawika's
difference.
359, I believe. Yeah, Skirk is also 359. Mawika's also 359. 440 at level
No.
100. 200 more at C2. I have this memorized. I don't know why.
Okay, Chaska, the best. Maybe with Mualani, the best constellations.
No,
Okay.
Chaskas are better. If you just talk
That's
about
really-
increases over 0.
Chasha is just
Chaska-
insane.
Her cons are
She
crazy.
Crazy.
Like,
There.
She becomes an entirely different unit. Like
Yeah.
C2 is like
Yeah.
2 DLCs to her passive, which essentially fixes
Two D-
the passive issue in itself and boosts her
Yeah.
damage a shit ton.
I think C6 just doubles her damage, no? It's like a 100% damage
Yeah.
increase over
Yeah.
C5.
I think so.
It's broken.
It's broken. It turns her
It's
from like
crazy.
the weakest Natlan DPS to
Like
actually no, the other ones
Top-
scale really hard too.
Yeah,
Top 3.
top 3.
sure.
I think she's like number 3 or number 4 at C6.
Like she's at C6, I would say like Mavika and Molani are obviously stronger. And
Yeah,
then if we're
obviously.
just looking at Natlan stuff, she's number 3.
Yeah, that's what I was
And
saying.
then-
No, no way.
Skirk is.
Others
Yeah.
yeah, Skirk is strong. I think Skirk is a little bit stronger than non-scam Arlecchino.
Wow,
And Chaska is
yay.
about as strong as Skirk.
We
I would say
take those
Skirk,
Ws.
yeah, Skirk, Chaska, and Arlecchino are. And then Mualani is a step ahead, and
Yep.
also a
And
step
then
ahead.
Moviga.
Yeah.
Titlali.
Tikali.
Oh my god.
Oh my
One
god,
of the
bro.
best C2s. Yeah, and a really good C1.
Yeah, C1 really good. C2
C1
Gives
is
you
over.
crazy.
Gives like a
It's
flat damage on C1.
Not garbage. Her C1 is not garbage. It's decent
C2 craziest
Stop
support constellation ever.
in the game. Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
And
C2 is
it's-
crazy.
the C2 is a bit like it's a bit mid for hydro like freeze related stuff, but I mean for melt
Yeah.
specifically, it's insane. And for Hu
It's
Tao,
incredible.
melt and Hu Tao.
There's also
Um,
another unit.
It's
that's
most
garbage.
incredible for Mualani actually, because Mualani vapes every single hit. Mavika doesn't.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
I forgot about Mualani.
And yeah, as long as you have C2 Mualani, the synergy is like pretty perfect. As long as you understand how it works, it's very consistent.
Okay, that's kind of funny,
Wow.
but like Mualani can't use the C1 because she doesn't do enough hits.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, C4,
Unlucky.
I don't even know. It's like damage.
C4 is damage. That's it. That's it.
C4 is an additional cryo application.
Oh, okay, I
It's
didn't know.
It's not
It's-
super useful, I don't think, but I guess technically, if you play really perfect, it allows you to get 6 melts on Mavika within her without a second cryo. But like, why would you do that? Just play Kaldor or something.
Wait, how much does her burst apply? I forgot. Oh, 2 units. Does that mean you...
Once every 2 seconds.
No, I meant the
once
gauge
every-
on her initial.
Initial, it's two
you.
units, but it doesn't matter because Pyro removes it.
Yeah, but I was like thinking if you can melt this hit. But I think you can.
It melts this hit.
If you can
Well,
have
you need-
Hagen's Resin, it can like
You can
300
in the
to
Mual.
400.
You can melt it in the Mualani team because it's gonna be Pyro Aura with.
Oh,
But
okay.
C4 also makes it a little bit annoying because you have to extend the Mualani rotation by a little, so make sure it doesn't screw over
I
your
see. That's annoying.
vapes. But you can also
Yeah.
learn to do it.
C6 is probably one of the only supportive C6s we have in the game. Like that straight up just
Yeah.
like supports.
Yeah.
But it's also
Also-
increases her. It's like 60% damage percent for like Pyro and Hydra, and then 100% damage for herself, which is
I
really
will
good.
say that the
It's-
biggest part of her T6 is removing the cyanosis disease from her.
Yep, exactly. It
It
also
makes
removes
her-
all energy requirement. You can use her on
Yep.
you can use her on tenacity without ever worrying about not getting refund from the scroll anymore. Although you'd probably still
yeah.
want to use scroll.
Okay, I really like this type of constellation because it like gives you again like two playstyles. It's not really two playstyles, but like either you focus more on her personal damage, you take advantage out of the 100% damage for herself, or you
Yeah.
skip her burst for animation time. Like I
Yeah.
think that's
Like,
The
cool.
only
it's
problem I
very
have
good.
with Lolly C6 is the fact that you can't. You have no option to not just immediately apply cryo on doing your skill, which sometimes can make things kind of awkward. At least when I'm doing certain things, and not like for the typical teams you would use Rain, but like certain gimmicky stuff you might want to do it kind of. But you don't get the there's a buff from C6 Lolly as well that you might. So
Yeah.
it's I don't know, it's kind of weird.
It's different. It's different. You
Yeah.
can like at least for Mualani, like you can learn to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
certain-
not talking about necessarily for Mulaney. I think for it's fine. At least from what I've seen.
Okay, I will be right back while you talk about the most boring Nightline constellations. I'm joking.
Who is
Who's-
it
Oh,
again?
Moika.
Oh,
Moika, C1, it's alright for her optimal melt team, but that's not where it's super good. It's really good when she's off field. It basically extends her uptime by I think 50%
4
or
seconds?
something.
Yeah.
Extends by 50%. No, it's 6 seconds. Extends by 50%, and since she doesn't get any attack buffs from off field, 40 attack percent is very strong. It is also very strong in combination with her signature weapon and in teams without Bennett, because 40 attack percent is very. And
Yeah.
of course, if you're playing a shit team, the extra fighting spirit is good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Playing a non-optimal Moviga team feels a lot better. Someone with
Yeah.
account with a C1 Moviga,
Yeah.
but like no Jilonen or some other Nightline character, it feels a lot better to get fighting spirit up.
Yeah. I think you can get basically her entire burst just by herself without
Yeah.
anything.
yeah,
Yep.
technically you can.
Yeah, I've watched some like solo Moika stuff, and it's pretty good. And C2, wow,
Yeah.
so I don't. It's crazy. It's just very. It's a.
There's a lot of
40%
stuff going on.
damage increase
Yep.
everywhere.
200 base attack, extra damage percent for her attacks. It's a lot.
Yeah, not much to say. She's a hyper carry, strongest DPS in the game. Receives 40+% more damage, and of course, this scales extremely well with non-attack buffs. So
Yeah.
I really like the fact that it makes C0 R0 better than C6 Yansan. Which is kind of funny, and also it makes Shilin and Kazuha better than Bennett. But that's a little bit
Yeah.
harder to play because you need to learn the combos and whatnot. But
Yep.
yeah, it is. It just completely takes away her reliance on any kind of attack buffs. Oh, you don't have Bennett? It's fine. Just replace him with Sucrose and you get this. And of course, it's extremely strong. Of Constellation is because it's a 40% damage to her personal damage on top of the defense shred, which is pretty rare.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Defense thread is super useful for support Movica because, and the way I've tested it, she can almost out buff Bennett in a lot of different teams. So it makes it to where if you have a C2 Movica, you just don't need Bennett anymore. You just use her instead. She applies power, which is great for OVO teams, and she gives a really nice buff if you run her with like C2 with tenacity or scroll if you have scroll, no one else. It's very nice.
Yeah, this is like, which is why I'm saying I would say Mavuika and other than like Morlani, but that's mainly for herself, right? I would say those two have the best constellations in the game, which is
Mavuika
why
who?
I
You cut out.
hope Mavuika and Citlali.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which is
I
why
agree.
I'm hoping C2 Moika, C2 Citlali does not get like surpassed in non
I
because if they do,
really don't think they will. That'd be.
well,
Never know.
like you'd think so, but they could just
Yeah.
make Nefer do like 170 at C0 before Columbina.
Yeah.
Even comes. In which
Yeah.
case, well,
Okay, but then this is the
That would be
that is the
insane,
thing.
but-
Do you mean C2 core versus not cry C2 core or C0?
oh no, not cry C2. If not cry C0, okay, I have the number. Pretty sure. C0
I'm pretty
Shilinen and Bennett.
300k DPS?
It's like 370, 380 or something, with just C2 Mavuika and C2 R1 Mavuika and C2 R0. I think it's like 370.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
that's around that.
I have a hard time seeing not Cry surpassing that, but they could do something stupid. I hope they don't.
Well,
Yeah.
considering Columbina and fucking Flint is relying on 9, huh? There's a chance.
I'm scared.
Yeah,
Because I did say Columbina will be the best character in the game, but
that she most
like,
likely will.
in what way? Like,
Yeah.
is she gonna be?
I think she's gonna be okay, off topic, but she's gonna be Furina for specifically not Cry.
Then that would make her like not the best character in the game. I feel like
Yeah. I think
That
I feel they
depends
make a
on-
bit more universal than
how much-
that.
she will be
Like,
universal. Like
I think
so
I
far-
was gonna say my idea for her is that she's gonna make lunar reactions of like allow reactions for a bunch of different characters, or allow a bunch of characters to do rather
Yeah.
than just being niche to only non
Make
units
her
themselves.
Make her
Exactly.
universal but more impactful on not Cry, basically.
Something
be
to that
fine with
effect,
that.
yeah.
yeah.
I
Or
want-
bring. I was more thinking just bring not cry mechanics to, and of course mega buff not cry.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because if you look in the past, like Shilinen, every single one of them buffed old characters.
Yeah.
And if you look back in Fontaine, you got Xian Yun, you got Furina, they're also buffing old characters. So I don't think the flagship not support or DPS / support is just going to be limited to not. We'll see though.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I had something more to add about like C2 Mavrika. I will get to this in the level 100 section, which we are still doing, by the way. But
Oh.
yeah, we're stretching it a bit. It's fine. Yeah, it's the only constellation or like only thing that can decrease the value of level 100 because yeah, getting more base attack means that you get like less of an increase from getting from 90 to 100. But yeah, that's it. Okay, C3.
C3 is ult, no?
Yeah, C3 is good.
If it's ult, it's good.
Yes. C4.
Yeah.
C4 makes her buff to from
makes her,
40 to 50 and makes it
Yeah.
stable. So it's a little
Yep.
bit better.
It's a nice little
Yeah,
increase, yeah.
It's whatever. It's fine, like as a bonus to C6, but I don't think like
Yeah.
you should.
I guess it's like
Yeah, I want to say you should go for it. I don't.
yeah. And C5.
And the C6 is the Schizocon.
Yeah.
Because it adds up ghost hits, they don't apply anything. They just do damage.
Yeah, but they do quite a
And
bit of
makes
damage.
it so and it's a
Zero in the
DLC to
head.
the C2 because it makes her use her own C2 on field.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Some people don't realize, like I had this discussion with someone that they thought that C2, the Death Shredder applied to Mavrika's initial hit, but it doesn't.
It does not.
It
It
doesn't.
only applies off field.
not that it needs to.
Yeah, it doesn't need to.
It really doesn't need to. The C6 C2 would have been disgusting. It's
Yeah.
the C2 applied to everything.
I think it's a bigger personal damage increase for her off-field playstyle, though, right?
It upgrades a lot. It's not even
You
close.
talking about for Mofika C2?
No, C6, like
It-
the personal damage
Oh.
increase
Oh,
from
yeah.
off-field.
It's like
Yeah, I mean,
insane
yeah.
upgrade for supporting,
It doubles her
quote-unquote
damage
supporting.
Yeah.
from off-field or
It's
something.
pretty good.
Wait, no, it actually doubles her damage, though, right? Like it's 288.
Well, not
I'm
exactly.
not sure if
because
it's
the
a
burst-
double, but
The burst.
Oh yeah, true, the
double.
burst. But like her off-field dealing 200%. Oh no,
Mhm.
it's not even double up. Yeah, good constellation still.
I'd say like
Resin.
C2 is the biggest.
Oh, actually, I have I
yeah,
found
C2 is
I
massive.
found my
It's a
old
great stopping point.
I have my old sheet because I actually made a Veresa sheet with Veresa C4 in it, so we can find out how big it is. But yeah, C1 is probably the reason why we don't talk about like Veresa so highly in regarding constellations, because it's just a very underwhelming constellation compared to anything else. It's just 13%.
But if you
or
think
something.
about it through another lens, C1 gets you to C6 because you're not supposed to have C6.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say?
I was gonna say, if you think about it in another way, C1 Veresa gets you closer to, because in reality you're not supposed to have it.
Sorry,
We keep cutting out. You said,
out.
Did it
say
cut
it one
out?
more
Oh
time,
my
one more time,
God.
one more time.
Shit. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Great. I was gonna say, if you look at Veresa's,
It
it
did
gets
it
you
again.
closer to. Are you fucking kidding me?
Cut out again.
Can you
Uh,
type it in chat?
What the hell?
Were you gonna say that it gets you closer to C60 on sun?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to
There
say.
you go. Yeah.
That's what it tried to
Havok
say.
read between the lines.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
And C2 Veresta, I believe it changes the way you play her a little bit.
It's
Yeah,
You
because
go
you
from-
get insta
Yeah, you can
special
frontal
points, right?
damage even faster.
I'm getting
Yeah.
like a 40% increase, which sounds huge. Why is it so big? Is that
Because
too big?
you go from 2 to 3 mini bursts to 5 or potentially 6, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
You double the amount
Yeah.
of mini bursts you get.
manageable.
But it
Like,
does make
and
up
it's
for the
not
lack
from-
of C1, like kind of.
And it might be like, oh, you need insanely more energy. Well, she gives you an 11.5 refund every time, so it doesn't increase the AR requirements that much, and the damage
I
increase
think
is
it
still
even
huge.
lowers it, right? You do,
Probably.
yeah.
It probably does. I've never caught that. The C4 though, I never understood the C4, but if it is like quills,
Yeah, it's
like
I'm
a
getting
damage.
I'm getting a similar increase, slightly better than C1, but it's also apparently pretty mid, like 17%.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
for a C4 is still good.
Yes,
Like, for those
CC2 is a stopping point,
Interested.
but the C6 though, Jesus,
C6
C6
is a-
make your ER requirements basically 0, and you get, I believe, 100 CV in your plunges.
120 CV.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a good CC. It doesn't change your playstyle.
Yeah,
it's just
It's a good
more
C6.
big numbers.
If you had enough energy already, then the crit isn't like insanely huge, because she already has like a lot of external crit sources. Actually, it makes her set a lot better than Obsidian. Like from
Yeah,
my
like
vibes.
her set, like from what I've seen, her set is indeed better, but it is easier to just build around with Obsidian because it's not on the strongbox yet, and farming that set itself is not very efficient resin-wise.
Yeah.
So it's better to just stick with Obsidian, even if it's better.
Okay, next character.
Well, you'll be able to strongbox it soon. Maybe.
Yeah,
No,
so
Maybe,
probably
yeah.
not.
Okay,
next
Escafon.
character is endangerment to the game balance. C1 is basically what if Terra C6 was good. It's 63 cryocrit damage. And it's team-wide, I believe. So it's pretty fucking nasty in some teams.
Yeah, C1R1 is massive. Everything else is made.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I think C6 is
That's it.
good.
No.
The C6
I mean,
is
it's okay, but
personal
like,
increase, but then you see Kirk does so fucking much, or C6 doesn't really add that much. So
Yeah.
you stop at
Yeah,
C2 and you're good.
I guess so.
And her
And
C2 seems like it would be like really, really good. It seems like it's a big amount of flat damage, and it's not
it
team
runs
wide.
out in like 1 second.
Yeah, it runs out so quickly. It's kind of dumb.
her
If
C4
it
is
lasted
so
longer, it would
fucking
have a really,
funny.
really strong Constellation.
Mhm.
And if you
Her
play
C4
proper
though.
rotations, you don't even get the 5 hits. You only get like 4 because Shinha
You only get 4. Yeah, you only get 4. I tried it with a friend's account. You only get 4 hits on Skirk's burst rather than
Yeah.
because the Scoffer takes 1. So
Yeah, TLDR,
it's yeah.
C1R1.
Yeah.
Go for maybe Farina C1, but that's like
Yeah.
everything is after like Skirk. I would say C0R1. Anyway.
Yeah.
I Coffee's C4 though, it's so fucking funny. Why is he healing crit? Why?
It's bad.
The crit he is.
I
Like
don't
she
know.
already over heals by
She heals
default.
so much. Maybe it's because you want to use her on Pass, surely.
Surely Song of Days Past.
Oh, she can max
Over
stack it
tenacity.
if it's crit. True. But that's about it for us, Coffee.
Yeah.
Skirk
Oh, yeah,
time.
yeah. Skirk.
Skirk.
The Skirk man. Alright, so I think I already talked about this last time. All her C1 is okay, but please get the signature weapon first. It's a 31% damage increase, which is I believe one of the highest in the game.
It definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is
It's
the
a,
highest
it's
at
a
the moment.
massive amount of stats it gives you.
Yeah, Azraelite is
Mhm.
crazy. It looks beautiful and it's just extremely prioritized. I would say the first thing you should prioritize is probably still Escoffier. She's just really strong for her. But
Yeah.
after that, before Farina, before like whoever the last slot is, Azraelite is probably the way to go. It's 31%. It's crazy. Yeah, and then C1 is okay. C1 you get to get I think 6-7 times per
6.
rotation.
You get 6.
Yeah,
It's like an average of 4 because you typically only get
Yeah.
2 wood rifts, but you can get up to 6. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's not as big as R1, not anywhere close.
Yeah,
People
not-
say it's
not
like
nearly.
the same.
And
No,
the
it's not.
only thing- The only weird thing about her C1 is why is it charge attack damage?
I don't know.
good.
That's the weird
It-
thing.
It's because every time you hold E before you burst, you don't want the C1 to cancel the effects of her signature set. So they had to make a
fair.
charge attack damage.
That's fair.
And I'm sure
Maybe
they-
I guess
since
that's
our
like the
signatures
only
that
thing.
worked.
Yeah, maybe they could have made it 600% to like compensate, but whatever.
Yeah.
C1 is it's all right. I like it. Like it's just extra damage when you're doing normal, and it's also extra instances of like shield breaking, extra instances of hits against the papilla. That's pretty good.
Also,
and when
allows you
you
to get energy pretty easily too.
yeah, and exactly, it also generates energy. Like when you at the very start of a Stygian clear.
Yep.
If you have even one rift on the ground, if you hold E, like just preloaded for the actual rotation, you can funnel that energy to.
I didn't
enemy.
know that.
Yeah, because
it's
Skirk
like
generates
C1
particles on damage hits, and it's because as soon as a
Yeah.
damage hit, you can just instantly get a 5 particles to go to someone else. Since
Yeah.
everybody doesn't use it.
And fun fact, C1 can like the shard from the C1, I'm pretty sure it can generate another shard, which is pretty
Oh, that is interesting. I didn't know that.
yeah, that's pretty cool. And I like it when before I burst, I could use 3 little shitters, which is pretty common in Abyss. Unfortunately, that big in Stygian. C2,
Yeah.
it's 70% attack when you are in her normal attacking mode, which is pretty good, but it's pretty strong. It's like 20-some% damage increase. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and
But
for
I
her
think the most
burst.
important part is that it's like a 60% damage increase to her burst, which
60%. That was like 40. Holy.
well, maybe I'm wrong, but all I know is it's a big it's a big number,
Yeah.
pretty massive
Yeah,
number.
it's big. It's a big increase
So-
in burst.
Yeah, it makes it just be able to clear a lot more damage thresholds, which is very nice. And
Yeah.
integrating it into your rotation is like a lot more optimal than before. So it's like I think her burst is the coolest part of her kit, and it's an extra layer of fun you can have with her, I guess.
Yeah.
C3 is horrible for her normal attacks, good for her burst, but nothing too crazy.
Wait,
C4 is 40.
they made C3 the burst constellation. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird. Even though the burst is the most of
Yeah.
her damage, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
the burst is the
and
coolest
at
part of her damage, though. But
Yeah, at C3, like I think bursting is technically more DPS, even though it doesn't really matter. C4 is 40% attack, whatever. C5 is 18%. And C6 is it's cooler than it changes your combos a little bit but it doesn't really. Like it's just extra damage. It's nothing super cool. I guess it is cool in the sense that it's like chlorine. When you just stand there menacingly when an enemy hits you, like the C6 attacks it for you. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
yeah,
And
that
other
is
than
cool.
that, it's just like a 30-some% increase. It's good, but it's nothing crazy. I'm envious of the actual chlorine C6. Where is my 90 please?
I would
She doesn't
rather
need
love
it.
C6
Yeah.
chlorines.
TLDR, Skirk can, as long as you have SKFA, Skirk can clear Dire pretty easily.
True.
With just R1. Yeah. And that's
All that
against
thought.
and that's against things she's not technically meant for, including like the turtle and Papilla. And
I would- Speaking of the
Pro- and-
Papilla, though, I will say I feel
and
like
the
for Papilla you
Pulsar.
need Lully there for it to work well. But
uh
the Skirk, I don't know. I was running a Skirk team against Papilla on a account earlier today, and breaking the shield took 2 full rotations, which was like a minute
Oh
gone
no.
just with Skirk alone. It was.
oh really?
Yeah. Sitlali, I tried on my own with Sitlali, and Sitlali makes a massive difference. This is one rotation with plus Skirk, but without Sitlali, it takes a decent bit.
Oh yeah, I
To
guess
be-
you
to be-
would.
To be
probably-
fair, this the issue was there was no Farina because we had to use Nuvalet to clear the cactus, and Nuvalet needs Farina to do
Oh.
anything. So it was a fucking C3 Zinc Cho I had to use.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
well maybe
So
that's
it's
why.
not- It was a C2
Yeah.
Skirk, but it was kind
Yeah,
of
for this
Mhm.
Stygian specifically, you would just use Citlali because Mavuika doesn't
Yeah.
need Citlali. You want to use her
Yeah.
if you want to use her on the turtle, you're using Xingqiu or
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like I would just throw an Efa or on the cat.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like Skirk is very strong. She's one of those characters
Yeah.
look forward to brute forcing a ton of Stygians because like her C1 or her R1, she's so strong at a baseline, and her R1, I think she'll be okay against a lot of the not cry shield.
Yeah, I really hope so too. Okay, who?
Yeah, another reason why I'm in favor of because what if you don't
Unlucky.
want to cater to the shill? You just do more damage with the characters you already. That's just something. Anyway.
Yep.
Okay, Inefa. Who knows Inefa?
Enough.
I
I
don't
know
know.
enough,
know.
but
I don't.
her signature is the way to go. If like the first step up is the signature. It's like it's a similar increase to what's the name? Skirk. Like 31%. It's pretty big. As
Yeah.
for constellations, it's like C1 is meh. It's like 10-15% is not that big. But it will be big for Flynn's in a way. So there's that. C2 is situationally broken because it's a 40% increase in rotations where you burst with her. It makes it go from like 50k to almost 500 in average investment. It's pretty
What?
big. Yeah, her C2 basically creates an explosion that's like 400% LC damage.
Oh, 300%.
Yeah, it makes her have front load, which is good.
It's a big nuke.
Yeah.
C3, C4, and C5 all useless. The C4 is situationally useful to make her C2 even better, because in Flynn's teams she has rough ER requirements if you want to burst every rot, and it's not worth giving her any ER sense. It really isn't. And the C6 is 50-60% increase. It's pretty big. Like, it's more damage overall. Not front loaded, it's sustained. That's it.
She
That's
just
good.
has stupid Constellation because she's stupid not cry character. Okay, no, that sounds mean.
Yeah.
I like Inefa. I love Inefa.
Yeah, like
Should we-
clanker. Yeah, clanker.
Yeah, we should we even bother to talk about Flint?
I know none of their constellations. I
Okay,
can't.
okay,
I
We
can't
could
comment
say
on any of
about
this.
Llama. We could say about Llama. I think I studied her cons a little bit because someone was like asking for it, so I checked.
Why is
The
C4?
C1
Wait, C4 is
Hmm?
just Inefa C4 copied literally 1-to-1.
Is it really?
It's so stupid, but at the same time it saves her some ER, which is good. It makes her go for more like EM crit subs.
Oh, okay.
The C1 though is situationally useful because
Yeah.
if that C1 doesn't make your, well, it's not gonna make it because they reduce it, the bloom damage recoil to 2%. So the C1
Yeah,
power
that
spike
makes
in a
it a
Nilo team is
sus.
barely anything. The only
Like, I'm
usefulness it
worried about-
has.
I'm curious what Nefer will do, because by the sounds of it, there should be no self blooms, but like Llama C1 exists, which leads me to worry that like, it's gonna be significant. Like, if you want to play Columbina with her or something, you're gonna need it, which I hope isn't the case. Maybe I'm hoping that it's just meant for Nilu. Like, you're able to
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
Nilu without a healer.
I
It,
I thought
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah,
similar
yeah.
to Shilonen in a way, like for Nefer. That is the Shilonen constellation.
Yeah.
Because Shilonen
Like,
also
I
If
hope
is defensive utility.
I hope it's not needed.
like if
And
she's an
also-
attack scaler, she can slot like
Yeah.
Bennett and you have healing covered.
Yeah.
But if she's not, oof. Yikes.
Yeah. We'll see.
You'll probably have to use like Yao Yao.
Yeah, and
C2
from what I remember, her R1 is better than her C2 as well. So if C1 doesn't do anything, you might not want C2.
Yeah, you
R1
might want to go for R1.
R1 is
R1
better
is
than
like-
C2?
I
No,
think so.
R1 is 4-10% team damage increase. It's team. Because
Yeah.
it depends on how much Bloom is as a percentage of your team's damage. If it's more, it's 10%. If it's less, it's 4. It's around those intervals.
Let me take a look.
And the
So
only
it's-
situation where C1 feels somewhat useful is I have to
Nilu.
mention him, but it's a Sino.
Oh, sad.
Because you can
Sino!
allow Furina. You can allow Furina over Shinkle with the damage increase.
let me take a look actually.
The
So
T2?
Night Weaver-
The C2 doubles her bloom thing, which sounds broken, but at the same time it's not that insane. It's still insane, but not like it not doubles your damage. No, it's not. It's like 25 to 30%. Pretty good. And it can diminish depending on the team. C3 I believe is skill, right? So it's just personal damage, so it's like decent. C4, same thing as ENF, situationally useful. C5 is 90%, no, it's 90% extra to her buff, so it's not that big, it's actually pretty mediocre. And the C6 is basically a LAN C6. And you can on-field her for continuous amount of time even. You can technically make her a carry. It's like Chiori and Yelan C6 combined.
Yeah.
Like she
Okay.
goes from near 1 million damage to like 3 million.
Yeah.
She gets so
I would-
much damage increase from the C6 on field.
Y'all, I
she's-
need to be taxi for someone, so we have to end the podcast basically right now.
Yeah.
I hope you all
Okay.
don't
Oh,
I
mind.
mean,
no.
I mean that's it. We will talk about Flynn's on when he releases or something.
Yeah, I was
It's
going
better
to.
that way.
We didn't talk about level 100 and signatures. I wanted to mention that as well, but we can just do it another time. It's fine.
We can do
Okay.
another
Didn't
time.
we
Yeah.
mention? Didn't we mention Sigs all the way through?
We mentioned
basically.
some.
We did mention 6 all the way through.
I
Okay.
brought up
Yeah, I talked
Harlequino
about,
Stig.
I brought up
Yeah.
this C1 Scuff for being better than Ika Sig.
Yeah.
Ika Sig
Yes.
honestly is just so low value, man.
Okay.
These days.
Anyway, thank you all for watching. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I hope y'all could take some tips from this. I mean, I didn't want to go all that extensive over the early cons, but I guess we still did that pretty well. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.